Live.
Kicking over to live, ladies and gentlemen. Right on time, never late, super punctual.
Live alive.
Hey, you know what? We thought we'd give you like an extra 20 minutes to prepare yourselves, man, to get extra snacks, maybe some extra drinks. Because we got a big chunky opening of the show because Unity did it. I don't know, is there anybody out there going, man, this Unity thing's dope as hell. I can't fucking wait for this. Let's go.
Yeah, the people who are standing to make millions.
Shareholders?
Board
members? Okay.
Yep. Pretty much. Everyone else, not so much. But those guys, they're real happy.
Hawk. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we're going to definitely be talking about the Unity thing right up top. That's going to be the big story. 20 years of Steam. We got a new version of SteamOS to play around with. Fixes for Starfield for Linux, not for Windows, not yours. NoCan has. Mango HUD's doing crazy mango things, and ReShade on Linux. Not that one. No. Actual ReShade stuff. And Mango HUD. Fascinating.
Man, a real good show title for this episode would be Unity Scream of Nope. Because people are screaming nope at Unity.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we just spent like an hour with Jitsi just stepping all over our dicks. It was pretty hot. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. Unity's like, not Unity. Jitsi was working well enough. This was a perfect case of like, if we just left that alone.
But no, now Unity has bought Jitsi just to ruin it. Yeah.
Right. That's going to be one of my theories. Oh, there's another person on the screen down there. He's real quiet. You never know. See, he moves sometimes.
I didn't want to interrupt you all.
Yeah, you should have like opened up it like Konnichiwa, bitches.
I like how we bring you on the show specifically to talk about it. It's like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
No.
It's the open.
You're the one with the experience
Yeah,
here,
no.
Scott. You're the one who gets to step on toes.
Yeah, I mean, give or take, like, obviously, like...
Okay, out of
you've
people,
done a thing with
you
Unity.
have more than 30 minutes experience inside the Unity editor,
Yeah.
yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's
You have done more than install it.
there's a bunch of issues on that, so I've worked with... So I'm assuming this is going to be Sarah's statement, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've worked with a couple of developers on it. One was the Android Dev guy, but the other one was like Last Epoch and a couple other things as well that I'm blanking on. Oh, some VR stuff as well.
Yeah, Scott had to go through his VR phase.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
He's a real
were
boy
paying.
now, though.
It's like those checks, guys. You shut up.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
they pay,
as long as the
like-
pay statement isn't virtual, we're good, right? Like,
Yeah, and then recently I was at a company called Light Twist. Still work with them on contract, but for full time it was we started off. I was contracting with first, and they were doing a Unity. They were doing an Unreal thing, and then they switched to Unity because they're doing a Mac OS app. And they decided that Mac OS support on Unity was better than Unreal, so they went for that. And then they went to do some live video on the web, and they switched back to Unreal for that because, well, we were having issues with Unity in general. We were accomplishing them, but we didn't have the macOS constraint anymore. So we were like, let's try the Unreal thing. And the person we hired, Yane, to do the switching and stuff like that, was, if I remember correctly, he did some other stuff like music videos and stuff like that in Unreal, so it kind of aligned nicely there. So we switched back to Unreal for that, and we've been on there ever since.
okay, but like, but like, you can talk about like the whole notion of like Unity really being a tool that a lot of developers use to like bootstrap projects. And
Oh yeah,
get
Scott's got
things
experience
out.
in
Yeah.
Unity. I mean, you can
Yeah.
be like, all right, I've used it.
Yeah,
I know how
yeah.
it works in the real world, and like, the insights
yeah.
of like, what do you think a company would do now?
Right.
Yeah.
What are
But we're gonna save all that for the show.
yeah.
Oh, so we're not showing it. Okay, cool.
I know.
I was
pee
no.
first.
Like, that's why like Scott doing the thing, and I'm like, all right, that's a good warm up. That's a good warm up.
Yeah. Maybe put him
Pulse
in.
up.
Yeah.
Good.
Point him in the direction we need him to
Carpio?
march in. The Phantom of the Opera.
Well, okay, Pedro's gone, so never mind. I was like, wow, what's going on with Pedro?
Do the carpets match the drapes, though?
Yeah, this is fine. That's a good shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nailed it.
The Eye of Scott.
Might as well on a piece perspective of, yeah.
Now we're doing the head matching. A little smaller. Okay, where are you gonna sit? I'm like, here, get lined up. No, let me move. Yeah, that'll be good. Scooch.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a little offset. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna make that perfect. There we go. And that doesn't matter where it's at. Nobody can see.
I love Jordan's name there.
It made me type a thing in, and I'm like,
Speedrunner name?
yeah, like, well, I'm not gonna waste time typing shit.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's your last name?
Right.
Yeah. Name was My parents are creative.
It's ASD or LKJ usually.
Right? Yeah. As. I'm
sorry that your stream is already taken. Curse you as.
What about as? No, that one's also taken.
You know, if I was Left 4 Dead, we'd be like, maybe Pedro is actually near the objective.
Well, Pedro runs off. That's how he rolls, man.
Please use your brain, the correct direction now.
Oh yeah, you just gotta find him. Like that. Pedro flips the script on games like that. It's no longer stay alive. It's like keep up with Pedro. It'll get you to the end.
Oh yeah, no, that was the entertaining thing with Quake is just like when we're running through Quake, I'm like, I'm just trying to keep track of like one of my allies and follow them because this game is fast and there are a lot of corners.
See, I still want to do it on Nightmare, but we all got to be wearing the bad guy skin, and we have to have friendly fire on.
Friendly fire and collision. Yeah,
collision, and we all have the.
Every time you telefrag, you take a shot.
So for
And
single
we're all
player
gonna die
games,
of
you look for
cirrhosis.
the dead enemies to know where not to go, and then for the
Quake
for
2 was
co-op,
very
it's look
interesting.
for dead friendlies to know where you've already been, right?
I don't remember if it was a multiplayer modification or if it was built into the Quake 2 multiplayer deathmatch. You could play dead. That was the first game.
Yeah, that was Tribes, I think, did one of those too, but Unreal Engine, I think, did it as well.
Oh,
yeah,
might
Unreal
have.
Engine did.
I just
it was a thing
remember
in-
because we played so much Quake 2 in university. Like the strat, like it was just anytime you saw a corpse, you rocketed it because.
Actually, I do know of a story for that for Unreal. I believe the original Unreal had it, and people wanted it for Unreal Engine UT 2003-2004. They took it out, if I remember correctly, because Math Engine, the physics engine, could not have a physics ragdoll come back to life. So you had to take out that feature.
Well, I mean, maybe if it didn't have to do it properly, it could be all mangled and spaghetti.
The stretchy
I'm trying to
like
remember something that was
Skyrim
like
and
20
other
years ago.
Bethesda games. Just
No, T-posed corpses.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and hop in to this. We're gonna get Scott in right at the top, so we don't keep him very long, and we're gonna do the Unity thing, and we might just start the show off. We're just gonna start the show off normally, then we're gonna do the Unity thing, and then like boom, then we'll do a little break, and Scott can go back to doing Scott things, and we'll switch things over.
We'll pick it up.
Oh, my
We'll pick
girlfriend.
up like the rest of the Steam news after we're done with Scott.
Yeah,
All right, sounds good.
once we're finished with Scott.
Once we've had our way with Scott and left the son
We
he
shall
remains
cast
for
him
his
aside.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we gotta get it done quick. You know, 2 Canadians on the show. Jordan get territorial. Fuck, man.
Have you tried fighting a beaver?
I fight a beaver every night.
You're Canadian though.
Yeah. You didn't pose this question to the non-Canadians in the room.
Fair.
Now we get something to drink, then we're gonna get underway.
Static electricity.
Going Bill 9 now?
Yeah, it's very shocking.
Completely unrelated. I don't know if I asked or if you can talk about it, Scott. But what did you work on for last Epoch? I know it was a while ago, but
Oh, last Epoch. So when I came in early, I just met the story. Well, yeah, I'll say it now. I won't say it for the show. It's not really relevant to the show. So I was on Discord, and they were having some performance issues way back in the day. And one person was asking about shadows and what the shadows was. So I explained the actual process of rendering shadows, where you render to a cascade shadow map however many times, and then it picks out the pixel that's occluded for that light's perspective. And if it's there, then if it's been set higher or closer than the object, then it's shadow. If it's further, then it's not shadowed because the shadow's there, right? And I was showing him upwards of that. Apparently, it was like the owner of 11th Hour Games. So he was saying, hey, come on, bring it over here. So we were doing some optimizations. For me, it was mostly kind of a grab bag of just whatever I happen to find. There was no real direction on it for a lot of stuff. So there was a couple of bugs they assigned me. Like there was one where the whirlwind effect was causing flickering on the screen. That was because of a grab pass issue. Where
so you're just
Unity had
doing, you're doing a lot of like fixes and optimization stuff that they just didn't have the expertise for.
Yeah, well, or the one who had expertise on it was just doing a bunch of other crap as well, right?
Right.
But in terms of that load time, I solved multiple load time issues. Some of them were in the minutes, but then they went down to seconds. And then the other one was, yeah, it's good. Some frame rate stuff like that, but yeah.
very good, very good. Where were you with the load time fixes when Bethesda was releasing Fallout 4?
Not working for Bethesda?
Yeah. Exactly. And actually, it's funny too. One of them was physics objects. They had a so that version of Unity, when it was building, when it was loading a level, it was rebuilding all of the mesh colliders. So if it's a primitive collider like a sphere or whatever, it would be fine. But if it has to rebuild a mesh, it would cache it before the level started, so that way during a level it would be high performance. But there was one asset they were using all over the place, a bunch of rocks, that had multiple mesh colliders, and it was all over the place. So it was taking minutes just to go and do all those redundantly over and over again. So I was like, yeah, we just replace these with like some other thing, or you just, do X, Y, Z other things just to do that. Suddenly, it just went fine. So, and if you look at the load time, you just see this big block of physics, and it's like, what are you doing? Then you look up, it's like, oh, the Unity does this. Okay, cool. And then we just deleted that, and everything's fine. It's usually, and that's funny, it's usually when you do optimizations, it's like, sometimes it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts, sometimes it's like one thing that you can clearly see is dominating like 9% of everything, and then you just get rid of it and it's gone. That was what happened to the Grand Theft Auto Online with their JSON parsing. It was that one thing that just took 10 minutes of a 11-minute load or whatever it was. So, oh well.
All right.
Keep the profile on. Keep testing. Like, if things start to look weird, test. Don't bury it in other stuff. Just test immediately, right? Figure out what it is. Anyway.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, Scott, we'll bring you in just a minute. All right, cool, everybody. Where's my record button? Hey, it's doing the thing. Good. All right, let's get on our main shot. Good. We go to that. 2 down. We got a 4 shot. All right. Who am I about to fucking kill?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
I was
just
about to
saw
say,
what
give
Jordan's
me
the bottom of Jordan's Jitsi room said.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vince Stone. That is Jordan Swang. That is
I
Bacon
thought I
Montes.
was
Also, for the awesome. And Pedro is just Pedro.
Yes.
Pedro. We have like bonus name tags now because our Jitsi server, Jitsi did a thing that broke our perfectly working Jitsi server, and in the process of trying to fix it, we broke it more. Oh,
Hey.
that's the LGC way. I look forward to tangoing with that. Yeah, we're going to be getting right into it in just a minute because we got a guest on the line. We've called him up. Somebody who's opened Unity for more than 30 minutes, which kind of runs circles around the three of us. It's done more than installed it. But before we get started, anybody been up to anything interesting?
I guess I started collecting diecast Mazda 2s.
Diecast mouse. Yes, you've been posting little picture cars.
Yes.
Making Steve very upset. Yeah. I got a
Yes, I have the
massage
one
today.
Tamika one.
You got a massage.
Yeah, that was nice. My wife got a 2-for-1 massage certificate, so we went and got a massage today.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was, and the masseuse kind of freaked out when he saw how jacked up my back was.
You're like, nope, next, you're out.
To the point where I can hear his arms popping and cracking, attempting to get rid of my shit. It was good stuff.
Oh man, yeah, I haven't been doing anything outside of like the Jitsi thing. I discovered that Wednesday after doing an update on Tuesday, and we're very much finally at the part of the negotiations where they're like, oh, well, maybe it is a problem. You know, after you go through the here, why don't you try to change these random things and see if that magically fixes it before I actually look at it and try to debug it. And you don't want to be like, can we just skip this step?
You always want to skip that step, but it's like the most necessary step. That's where all the information is.
Yeah, I understand, and like we've gone through that, so is as it is. So, what game engine does the horse run on?
Unfortunately, the horse runs on a custom engine written purely in brainfuck. But that's not relevant to right now. We got to talk about the Unity stuff.
Oh, well, we got to do the Steam update of the week. So
I guess it's the
maintain fucking continuity. God damn it!
It's the Steam. Well, okay, whatever, sure, whatever. Yes, but Unity did a boo boo. It's not explicitly Steam related, but it affects a lot of games on Steam and maybe even Steam itself.
And we have another person to talk about it with us. And he's muted.
Oh, hi, Scott.
I'm here.
It's Michael Cera.
Hi.
Not quite.
Oh, okay. So we already had
Actually,
Seth Rogen. Now we have
accurate.
Michael Cera. Okay.
or Michael Ian Black from Stella. That was the other option.
Okay. So check this out. Scott, a little bit of background. What do you do? What have you been around? Like, you know about game engines.
Yeah, decent amount. So I've done. So in terms of game dev, I've worked with VR Studio in Toronto. Has done stuff in Unreal and Unity. I've worked with Last Epoch, myself, the Yandere developer guy, similar developer a little bit. I also did my own stuff a little bit as well. And then for the last year and a half, I was working with Light Twist, still working in contract, but not full time anymore. And they were started off Unreal, went to Unity for it because they were doing macOS apps, and macOS support on Unreal was not the best, especially after the lawsuit. Although it's been apparently getting better. And then after that, they went back to Unreal. And by the way, if you are saying something, I lost all audio after that. I'm not sure if I'm intentionally muted or not. And now here's something.
Yeah, we were letting you talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, okay, that's all.
That
That's all
was
y'all
us
laughing. I
not
wasn't
stepping
sure.
on your
I wasn't
toes.
sure
Yes.
if it was like.
You are the guest here. We're here to defer to you.
We're not accustomed to being polite, Scott. This is we got to maintain focus, and we find it hilarious.
We call this the Canadian standoff up north here. So after you, no after you, no after
The
you, no
polite
after you.
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to be having a polite off. All right, drawing the line there.
But like, so we're talking about Unity because, you know, unless you've been living under a rock, they have announced that there's a new pricing plan and packaging update that includes some provisions that are at face value not too bad, but it's sort of the broader
Brilliant, Mortimer.
scope of the change that that has people up in a twist. So Scott, what is it? Explain it to my dumb virgin ears.
So for the longest time, Unity was branding themselves as the royalty-free engine. And just now they decided that I believe if you're in the free category, you're immune to this as long as you stay under 200,000 in revenue. Although based on unless something changed recently, when we asked them last about a year ago, when they count revenue, they count total revenue of your company. So example they gave is like if we were working for $1 billion company doing training software, our revenue would be $1 billion, even if we are just, some small little segment of it doing a training.
So if you get like a bitching hot dog stand side business, they're going to count that?
Apparently even count merch and stuff like that too, yeah.
If it's a part of the same company. Oh.
So if you're making Hot Dog Simulator, don't also run a hot dog restaurant.
Or something like that. Again, I'm not sure on that one if they may have changed that recently, but that's what I heard as of like a year ago. When I was looking for something else. But regardless, so that's the revenue. But if it's like purely free and you're just doing it on the side, just whatever, I don't think this accounts for you. But if you go over the free threshold and the install thresholds, both of them, from what I understand, then they'll start charging you per seat of the end user, not developer, like the end user per install. And one thing they said originally was that was per, like if you reinstall that it would count like if someone installs in the same computer like 12 times because they reinstall, they do reinstall for their OS or whatever. They clarified that and said that doesn't count. Instead, it's different devices. So if you have 3 computers and a Steam Deck, that's 4 installs. No matter how many times you install them on each, it's still 4 installs. However, that's 4 installs the developer is getting charged for starting in 2024.
But I mean, run times are expensive, Scott.
And it's very hard to spook.
I mean, we all have to pay Microsoft for .NET, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. The thing that Unity is built on.
I don't remember .NET license off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's open source now.
It was a joke.
Okay,
yes, that was the joke.
Okay, I was gonna say they were going after Java specifically with the free thing, so I don't know.
No. Microsoft's looking at this and they're just jelly. They're like, huh.
Yeah, how come we didn't come up with that?
Yeah.
So the rollout of this is also kind of controversial because they announced that there was a public Unity repo that was allowing people to track changes, and that includes license changes, and they kind of took that down and then amended their licenses very, very quietly before anyone could really notice that they're basically giving themselves the ability to retroactively change all of these terms of services and so on and so forth,
including the clause that says they won't do that.
Yes, which we've investigated ourselves and determined that we've done nothing wrong. Of course. Yeah. So the question of developer trust has come up, and we in the show notes we got a post from Gary Newman. We all know and love Gary. I was also seeing similar sentiments from Rami Ismail on Twitter, where it's basically most developers aren't going to fall within like the sales threshold or the install threshold. But the fact that they're doing it this way, the fact that they're trying to sneak stuff into the license,
shady as hell about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's completely shady as hell.
And you say developers, but not just developers. What if the developer is looking to get purchased? They're going to discovery. The people who are going to buy them are going to be like, "Well, you're making a game with Unity. Can we trust you?" And that might affect their sale price or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah. Imagine Devolver Digital, with as many indie companies that, they bring in, they're like, what engine are you using, by the way? Because that's going to be cutting into their profits.
To that point, Game Pass and stuff like that, they were saying, oh, we're not going to charge the end user or developer.
No,
We're going to be charging
charge
Microsoft. We're going to charge Valve.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
We're going to charge Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo.
And they're going to be like,
good luck with that.
oh, so what's that game engine you're using? Unity? No, maybe you want to use like XNA or something.
Easy peasy, man.
Yeah. Unreal. We got some partnerships with Tim. Yeah. But yeah, and that and even they say oh well, it's going to be based on like per device fingerprints. That's easy enough to spoof. And there's like a lot of malicious shit you can do. If I wanted to charge a developer a lot of money, I could just create a script that creates a virtual machine, installs your game, deletes the virtual machine, installs a new virtual machine, installs the game.
In QEMU KVM.
Well, I think one of the things,
spin one up, install, bye.
Scott, you get your hands on with the Unity. So one of the things I saw a lot of people bring up, and I said, how are you going to track this Unity? And to quote them, they said, we are going to leverage our own proprietary data model so you can appreciate that, well, we can't really go into detail, but we believe it gives us an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed. All right, that's some straight up, just trust me on this bro bullshit right there.
Mm-hmm. Bro, don't worry about it.
Make some shit up and you'll never know.
Yeah.
Look at this graph.
Okay, like I said, you've worked for companies like using Unity. How would that sit? And in this theoretical situation of like, so we don't even know how you're going to be tracking our installs and what you're going to charge us? We just trust you on that?
Yeah, I've seen some people complain about it, but I'm thinking at that point they're already angry, and the response, even excluding that, would still be only 4-letter words. So like, yeah, I mean, end user trust having all that extra tracking possible in the end, user stuff. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things I can think of, like,
Well, gathering telemetry, like a couple of years ago when I realized like it was brought to my attention, I think we talked about it on the show that Unity had telemetry like default on all the time. I'm like, oh, okay, watch, I'll fix that in the router. It'll take 10 seconds. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really easy to set up Pi-hole.
I make a point of removing those packages when I create a new install. I can't guarantee that I've been 100% successful, but I'm pretty sure that I've been set it to remove those.
Well, I mean, even if you include that, I mean, you can, as a developer publisher, you can have the option in game to enable disable telemetry, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've seen it
I
with
believe
a couple of games.
what you're talking about is the one that's enabled the package manager. You could actually remove the entire module, and it will only track editor, if I remember correctly. But it's been about 2 years since I've seen that setting, so I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, there is telemetry that is enabled by default. But last I remember, the developer, if they know to look in the package manager, which is kind of a weird place to look for it, can remove it.
Like, why would I bother? I'm just making a game, bro.
And
telemetry, no. Bye.
And honestly, what is to stop people from just like setting up a firewall block for like the Unity phone home thing?
But didn't you see they have special sauce, Jordan? Booger booger.
Oh yeah. So that they get
trust me, bro.
It's the Steam charts method of
they're going to enforce it by obfuscating exactly how they're doing it, so no one will be able to block it.
Yeah, that's a good way to make sure
that
somebody finds out exactly what metrics you're using Unity.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to. Yes.
But so some of the reception has been a little wild because like whenever someone makes a controversial move in the tech space, usually there are some yahoos that immediately jump to making death threats. Except this time the death threats were coming from inside the house, man. The employees were not having it. They're like, "Yo, this is a bad idea. I'm gonna blow up the office."
Dude,
yeah,
okay, on top of that was
hall.
Right, exactly. Strange timing on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that sounds like some interesting fiction story that I would write. And it's going to be great when this is like the made for TV movie, right? That's going to be a scene.
Oh yeah, the Hallmark version of this.
I would watch this on Hallmark, man. Are
or
you kidding me?
whatever that. The guy who makes all those police shows, Dick Wolf, I think his name is.
Dick Wolf. Yeah, Law and Order Special Unity Unit.
Oh man. So Scott, is you might have know this. When I first read this, they're going to be doing, if you agree to the new terms of service, which you have to do to continue using Unity when this comes at the end of the year, this is going to apply to projects retroactively, correct?
Yeah, so they, well, I mean, that is what the license that they put back up said. There's still a lot of time for them to, you know, get sued. But
Do you think there's going to be a class action?
well, I mean, if people signed on to it and they didn't upgrade their editor, I don't see. I mean, I'm not sure class action, but I mean, I don't see how they could enforce it if someone had a copy of that license and that editor version that they used and they never updated it. And I know there's been some developers that stick long Unity versions ago. Like, how many times we see Unity scream of nope after 2019 was
Yeah.
around.
And
So I don't know how they enforce it on that. Maybe they just won't, and they just don't say they aren't. Like, it's possible they could just have that telemetry in and just never from a bill, and just pretend that they're doing it so the people who are paying aren't getting mad. But I don't know. Like, that one I can't really give a good answer for because it hasn't happened yet. But if it does happen, I mean, there is, from my understands, and if people signed the original license and they didn't update it to the new license, if they happen to notice, then like
so,
I don't know
so
what they can
then
legally do. They legally said they couldn't do this.
so that kind of pivots to like what is a developer to do, right? Because there's a lot of studios out there that are saying like, hey, we're not going to use Unity anymore. We have our game that we're starting to work on, and we're going to like delay it so that we can transition to a new engine. But there are a lot of games where
of like most games when they go to engines, that's not a good sign.
And beyond that, it's like what about the games that are already like 80 to 90% done in Unity? Their development is probably going to stretch to the end of the year. They're going to get hit by this, and there's no realistic way for them to pivot. They're going to fall under this whether they like it or not. And
hopefully they get enough revenue they can recoup and just take the licks and keep moving the next time if they can, assuming Unity doesn't relent or something like that.
So so you brought up earlier when we introduced you were involved in moving projects between like Unity and Unreal and back and forth. So
no. So in that, sorry about that. To be clear on that, we were doing different projects. We actually killed the project and restarted out. So one was.
Okay.
One was so when we were talking about Light Twist, we went Unreal to Unity to Unreal. Unreal original one was an offline video render. The Unity one was a real-time webcam manipulation.
Okay, so these were all like clean breaks. It wasn't like multiple iterations of the same thing. It was just like,
no. I think to put the question to you another way, Scott, do you have any experience moving a project from one engine to another?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I've done check it back and forth a few times, but in those cases, it's usually.
But do you have enough working knowledge of that? Of like, what does that entail? Like, how much of a project? If I'm looking at, I immediately thought when I saw this, I'm like, well, I'm never going to get to play Silk Song from Team Cherry Hollow Knight because I know that's being done on Unity, and they're like, what do we do? Because they're allegedly about to release the game, and like they know they're going to sell. And it's going to be on the Switch too. It's going to sell 1 million, 2 million copies.
They're on Game Pass. So
the things that can port over easy is going to be typically the art assets, because those are just FBX and other textures. Then you have to put them into the assets like prefabs or whatever. One, you need to learn how to do that, so you have to get people educated in how to actually do that, and it includes educating the artists as well, right? Which, if you're an indie developer, is maybe one person. If you're a company the size of Last Epoch, probably like 20 people, right? And then if you go to like Crystal Dynamics, right? But
can you ask them why I'm not getting a new Soul Reaver?
But I mean, like, so that's for the various sizes of that. As for the scripts, I mean, completely different language, completely different metaphors, completely different, how things are actually done. You can know the patterns, like you know how to express things in one way or another, but in terms of like copy paste code, it's not gonna work. Like, you'd have to rewrite it. I mean, I've done some things where I've had to rewrite programs from one to another, and I'd have the two monitors, old code in one, new code in new one, and just be like, look at what I've done, and like, okay, what just happened here? How is that any way relate to this? But like, in terms of so one thing that's unique.
It's not a realistic option in a lot of cases to say like, there's
no import or export that.
Yeah.
So like if you're implementing, let's say if you're like 60% completion, there's really no practical way, like not a good way, not unless you're just doing it out of spite to rebase on something, going from Unity to Unreal or to Godot.
You'd be to give you a
We're
little
talking
high
about
level.
another year or two at minimum, right?
Yeah, and it's all going to be it's going to be a lot of engineering as well, right? Like,
No, man,
like
blueprints are easy. Come on. That's
even how the objects are structured in Unity and Unreal. Unreal's kind of going more towards Unity, but like in Unreal, there is game objects that are an inheritance hierarchy, and they all have meaningful classes. In Unity, there's a game object, and it has no logic whatsoever, and you add components to give the logic to it. Completely different metaphors, right? So you put them in different sides. Now Unreal Engine started adding more.
It's not one to one,
but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not to get too far into the weeds. This is going to be a pain in the ass. It's not practical. Is the word we're looking for.
For scripting, it's not. They're completely different metaphors.
Yeah, if you're in like early Viz dev or whatever, then it's fine. But like if you've already started development, then like it's not.
Yeah,
it depends on what you're doing too. Like if you're doing like a chess game, like I'm doing for here, my logic is logic that is divorced of all the engines. It doesn't actually do anything, and the game engine is just a renderer. So I take my internal state that's all my code, and then wrap it into whatever makes sense for the control and display. That would probably be easier, but like that's a turn-based strategy that's kind of specific, right? If you did a first-person shooter and all your logic is in the main character, like
or like a physics-based game, like completely different physics engine, completely different.
So to get back on track, let's get back to the Unity topic.
Well, actually, I want to go back to one thing we said earlier. It kind of got glossed over about. I said it for the end user could be concerned, and we kind of sidetracked. I was trying to think like, imagine if the person installs games. I mean, we could think of the adult stuff, but I mean like if they're like sharing art of LGBTQ in countries, especially like Russia or whatever, that's persecuted. Like if you start tracking installs, the government can go to Unity and say, "Hey, by the way, did anyone in our
give us
country
the deets on those people?"
There's absolutely like a privacy concern there. Absolutely, it's like the entire thing is like very
even to that point, like to make that a worse situation, they already have telemetry enabled by default. So
and they did merge with a known adware company.
Well, this is what I want to get down to.
This
is where I want to get to because initially when this was first announced to everybody, I sat back and I'm like, okay, you know what this feels like? Because we've seen it before and we'll see it again. It's the play, like introduce some just completely unbelievable BS, like right there. Give the internet a few days and come back with like, okay, we're gonna, we've listened, we've understand, and just, make it look like you've dialed back and just keep introduce the things that you initially wanted to get introduced. They've done that with the whole, the Chairman Mao.
Dummy contract.
Reddit was a good example when they had the interim CEO and they made all the changes. And then they, she left and they put in the real CEO. And Reddit's like, yeah, we did it. And like, they didn't change anything, dipshits. We did it, internet. I don't think we're going to get that. The only rollback. Yes.
I was just going to say, like, it was the same thing with the D&D stuff earlier this year, except we actually got
to the coast, right?
Yeah.
They did that. The only rollbacks I've seen is they've apparently, because initially this was even going to apply to WebGL.
Browser fingerprinting.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
And they were like, okay, maybe we'll roll that back. I was reading a guy even made a post on Hacker News. Is like, that was my entire business. And like, fortunately, they rolled that back. So is moving, have you even cracked open Godot?
I have not cracked open Godot. I've done a bunch of weird engines, including Lumberyard and
Ogre 3D.
Even not Ogre. I've even done Unigen at one point. It was brief, and the contract didn't actually go anywhere. But not Godot. I have not done Godot yet. I am very interested in it, but it's just never had the opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a tough time with this. This is like one of those times where I wish all the pieces were together because we talked about like one of the big hangups for Godot is no way for you personally as the developer to get a console port out of Godot because of the nature of it being open source and they won't do licensing
Can't-
issues in SDK.
Can't ship the Xbox SDK.
I thought there was something where they were able to, if you go on a private license. I thought they said Godot had.
They have a porting service.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have a company that they started, and like to that point, like now's the time they gotta like start shopping that around. They gotta start like getting funding. They gotta start pumping the gas on that because there's gonna be a lot of developers.
Yeah, someone posted a picture on Discord about like the number of new additions made to a bunch of different GitHub repos, and most of them were like 400, 300, and at the top there was Godot with 4,500. So clearly people are paying attention.
The thing though is like Godot still is, especially for 3D, in a very immature state. Like it is getting better, and like the progress they're making is astounding. But like we don't have a lot of like well received games. Well received 3D games that are done in Godot, because
people are still playing with it. I mean, it's the whole knowledge base thing too. Like if you're going to get into game dev, man, you're going to go where you can find the most help. And this is not just game dev, I don't assume. Correct me if I'm right, Scott. But like with any other project, like where's the largest knowledge base? When I type into the Google box how I do thing, whatever project gives me the most results for how I do thing with a wealth of like different ways to do a thing, that's usually the thing I'm attracted to.
Or education. Right, like what are schools teaching?
Right, it's going to be the easiest one to pick up, and Unity's definitely got that. Like they've spent some money doing that, man. But
yeah, they actually spending a lot of time developing their learning stuff, resources, and I mean there is a lot of errata and stuff like that.
Imagine like if you're in like year 2 of like going to school and you've been learning Unity, like that's your thing. Like, God damn it.
Do you know about this unless
like,
you're actually actively following it outside of class? Because probably the people teaching aren't going to be the ones telling you, "Oh yeah, no, Unity are being naughty."
Sometimes depends on your prof.
Sometimes it depends on the person teaching. Yes.
So a couple of things about this. It's just sketchy. I don't know what the end game here is. Self-immolation, possibly. But it does come down to a bigger topic that I was thinking about later this week after I've had a little bit of time to digest this. Because when you look at Unity, and if you're just looking at the Unreal Engine itself, I don't think either of those business models are sustainable. They're just, to me, they're not. Because, I read a really good analogy that I'm going to like co-op. And if you just imagine like Adobe gave away their software for free, you can have it. But if something that you created with Adobe, once it hits a certain threshold, you've made enough money off of it, then we want some royalties. We'll let that kick in.
I guess that doesn't. It's not really a fair equivalence, because with Adobe, you're producing one piece of media, not exactly software.
Well, you can sell to individual multiple times,
Yes,
pay per view.
At one point, that's going to leak.
Which Adobe would love.
Yes.
Adobe would love to charge you for every time you look at something made with Photoshop.
Absolutely. I'm sure if they could, they absolutely would.
Oh, there was actually a patent a long time ago where they're trying to use the Kinect to go and see if people were watching a TV and use that to license the number of, there's a patent that doesn't necessarily use that to license the number of views.
Well, I mean, to get back to the point here, the reason... This is a dumb business model for a game engine. Like, just give it away and like hope, a couple of your big fishes. And this is really targeted at the big fishes, the people that are already paying the money to Unreal. Now, how does Epic get away with it? Pretty easy. They got all the money from Forknife, Fall Guys, Psyonix, Bandcamp. They made some smart investments when you initially like, what are they doing buying these they're like, oh, revenue stream. They can afford it. What did Unity go? They went and bought Weta Digital. Then they merged with an advertising mobile ad company, Iron Source. That's what they've been up to the last 2 years.
Malware distribution company, even, because that Iron Source shit was just like
indistinguishable, right?
Straight up adware.
Then I did some. Unity's never had a profitable quarter in their entire history.
And their entire publish, from when they were doing their IPO. In the early days, they were profitable, but like that was,
And like when you say sustainable, I wonder how much is like they could actually have a profitable business, but it's not a year after year exponential growth type business.
But they can have a profitable business, but they can't spend $2.8 billion buying What Digital.
No, well, yeah, absolutely. But like
that was stock price. That
was all after.
Right.
Was that before or after they merged with Iron Mountain?
That was right before.
Right before, yes.
But I mean, to what Scott's saying, like Unity's been lighting money on fire for market share, like getting the word out there, education, like whatever, which has never really been a bad thing. However, we're in this different mode now because after the IPO, because raising money is a completely different equation from making money. And that's where Unity needs to be right now. And I was like, didn't they have a game program? Weren't they, going to make their own fork knife game that, that constant little, let's sell some hats and cosmetics. And yeah, they did. Gidja? Giga. Nobody wants to take a stab at that. And I don't blame you. That was their in-house game. That project was just nope last year. Reasons, like whatever. Like, and it was not it was a full-fledged, fleshed out 3D model, like exploration world game. I'm like, oh well. Then Unity, Scott, you might be keeping track of this. Apple's exclusive partner for the Vision Pro. How do you think that's going to pan out?
I was actually joking with some people before this about like, depending on how hard Unity's hit from that, I can see Apple just like eating them, just being
See, but that would be a thing. That would be a great middle finger to Tim, right? Well, I guess other Tim. There's too many Tims involved in this situation now. There's Apple Tim and there's Epic Tim. But if Apple bought out Unity,
Tim Shaver shows up. Go away. It's all very confusing.
Yeah. Well, I mean that Tim's owned by Microsoft, so there's just like Tims all around. Too many Tims.
Player 3, and like Apple would do it if they. I think they're going to be smart enough not to come after Apple because Apple will not buy them right now. Apple will sit back and wait a year or two.
Oh no, Apple are sharks. They won't.
They're like, let's just wait until right before they fold. You're like, okay, now we'll pick you up.
Yeah. But I can see like that could be an end game, but it's not one the shareholders will like. It's be one they'd be forced into because Apple wouldn't.
Well, one last thing before we get out of here is a good Reddit post that kind of makes a lot of sense because we can all agree that the CEO of Unity is a scumbag, right?
Yes,
but he was the CEO of Electronic Arts for many years. I wonder where he's learned his skills.
There are no shortage of scumbags, and we got a couple more.
Yes, I mean, to be like right here on the top of this because Zidget is the Reddit post, and this comes from our Unity, and I read this and like this is a good way to think about it. He's undoubtedly an asshole. They don't let you be a CEO unless you are one.
But
very few exceptions. But he has been the CEO of Unity since 2014. He oversaw the progress from that engine that lets you port games to anything to the platform that every single mobile game is the backbone. He's been around to like get Unity as hyped as it is. Now, what changed in 2020 when Unity went public? A bunch of shitheads bought their way into Unity's board of directors. The CEO works for the board. So here's some names, Tomo, Rilo, Figo, whatever, and Iron Source people and board members, new shareholders, and they're calling the shots now. He's like a CEO. Like, you wonder why this dude was selling off his stock because he's like, these idiots are going to fuck everything up.
Yeah, I will do what you say, and I'm going to take my golden parachute. Fuck off.
Yeah, selling the stocks ahead. Knowing full well what was coming, that used to be illegal or at least frowned upon. So I guess he hasn't learned why he got kicked off of EA in the past.
He's got millions upon millions of dollars to land on.
Yeah.
He's like, but I mean, this was a good thing to read through. Of like, even when that guy, the CEO's like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, man. Like that's pay attention to that, right?
Indeed.
Actually, one thing we used to do with a piece perspective is when we want to see what's happening, we look for when people took long periods of vacation out of nowhere, because that's probably they're burning off their time off before they're leaving.
Yes.
So there is a It's actually a tactic that journalists sometimes use.
So before we get out of here, again, thank you for your time, Scott. What do you think the future of Unity is going to be if they don't roll anything back and they're like, no, we're going to stick with this. This is the way it is. How much damage is this going to do? Because Jordan's brought it up, the trust issue. Like, especially even if you roll back something like this, you know that they're capable of wanting to do it, right?
They're going to try again, just in a different way.
Right.
That's less obvious.
They're going to have a puppet. Like, give us your money for games. That's how they're going to do it. It's going to be weird as fuck.
It'll be like a weird Weta Digital kind of.
Yeah, it's going to be horrifying.
Our new CEO, Gollum.
Precious. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be the future of Unity? This time next year, 300 plus days from now, where's Unity at?
So the practical thing is I can see them still having, bleeding off a bunch of customers, but still having a hardcore data base of core developers that are just going to stick with them regardless, even if it's kind of stupid.
Well, again, for the smaller developers, like,
for the new people trying it, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference because that's a easy engine.
Mobile gamers, right? Like these are a lot of mobile games already like really low effort. They're not gonna take the effort to go and move to another engine. They're gonna like figure out a way to like increase their own monetization so that when Apple or whatever or Unity takes their cut, they don't hurt as much. That's
the monetization issue, because one of the things that Unity is doing is they're offering you don't pay the install fees if you adhere to our own in-house monetization ad platform instead of using the external one. Yes.
Which, I'm not sure if they're going to be legally allowed to do that, but they've been saying that. Apparently they've been
it's still sketchy as hell. This is Oracle.
They've been promising it to people, so
this is Oracle. Sign up for Oracle Cloud so you can run our databases, or we're going to start auditing you guys a lot.
Yeah. It'd be a shame, you know.
It'd be. Oh, is that database running on 3 CPUs instead of 2?
You've got going on there. It would be a shame if someone bracketed it.
Pull it out of the right, stab it a little bit there. There we go.
Yeah. No, it's the bit from The Simpsons where Bill Gates buys out Homer's company. Buy them out, boys.
Oh,
the baseball bat smashing his shit.
All right, coming up next, Pedro's going to tell us about 20 years of Steam because we're getting old.
Green olive shits.
Boom. All right.
Well, thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Hope that was a good segment.
It was a short, quick, concise 52 minutes. So,
yeah.
There's a lot to talk about.
Hey, man. Scott knew where the hang up button was.
I know where it is now, but I'm sticking around for a couple minutes. But yeah. So that was and I was even saying, like, I think probably the big one would be like if you're a studio that, either you have a big amount of investment in that game and you, like, if it fails, you can't recover economically, you're gonna be screwed. And hope that you can fix it next time. And B, if you're a company that has a big technology on it and you're looking to like get acquired or something like that, that will like probably at the very least hit your asking price, if not like damage the deal entirely. That's
you got to factor that shit in now all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if they change,
you didn't reset the show bot, Ben.
Oh.
I just saw people suggesting titles, and I decided to check. It's like, oops.
He means he's.
So yeah, there's a lot of concerns there, but practically, I don't think it's going to actually kill them. But like, this is the closest we've been yet to something that could. So,
this is the type of shit I wouldn't even, if you said, "Hey, Vin, I want you to destroy this company in 6 months." It wouldn't even be this. This would be like, Vin, I want you to destroy this company in 6 months and be evil as shit about it. Like, oh, all right. Then you would look like this.
In terms of practicality, like, not install like the install thing, but like per sale, if it was per sale fees, then Unreal Engine does have that too, but they are free up to 1 million. So there is that nice aspect.
Did
of
they
it.
increase? It was only free until 500,000, I think.
I was pretty sure it was 1 million.
Yeah, I did see 500,000.
There was a different thing they had. So they originally they had a subscription and then they would have a royalty after something afterwards. They stopped that instead. It's now free for everyone with that big kite demo. And
Right.
then
Okay.
I think it was 1 million at that point. I don't know. I remember if it was 1 million before or not. I can't remember what the cost was of that. It might have been lower though.
Unity Personal and Personal Plus revenue threshold is $200,000.
And Plus is gone now.
200,000
They
installs.
Right, and Plus is gone.
Same estimate, they just nuked it. And that was the one I was using. Actually, I canceled it a little while ago because I didn't want to give my Uni any money like 3 or 4 months ago. But good timing, I guess.
Huh?
Perfect timing.
Yeah. I wasn't using it anymore, so I'm like, I'm not going to pay a monthly fee for this.
I mean,
for that.
what's the alternative? Do we go back to having to spend tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars to license the game engine?
Or I mean, if you do some one-off stuff just for the specific of your game, I mean, you'll lose all the tooling, but you will you can. It's not that hard to make something that works, right? Compared to the actually rest of the game itself.
Are we going to go back to seeing people actually make their own engines?
But I think there's the scale problem there though, because if Unity as sort of the lingua franca means that I can get trained as a Unity dev, and these skills are pretty portable. If I have to learn a bespoke engine every time I pick up a new project, that means that my ramp up time is going to be significantly increased. So because there's that whole thing in Gary's blog post. There's oh, we've had this long to make our own game engine. It's you weren't going to fucking do it, Gary. Shut the fuck up.
And also, if you think about it as well, this is a global issue, right? There is a lot of languages outside of English, and a lot of those will lag behind as well. So a lot of those are getting stuck in Unity, because
and again,
I mean, Unreal Engine has translated documents, but probably not as much translated fan posts as Unity does, right?
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of it has to do with if we just really really relaxed our notion of what is profitable versus what is considered market IPO profitable, I think we could have a more stable ecosystem where the tool creators don't have to make stupid moves like this to ensure that they can to make sure that number goes up year after year.
And I think it was interesting that the employees knew about this was coming, and they're were violently against it. This is nobody outside of people the shareholders.
Yeah,
we're this is. I don't think this is a good idea, guys. But hey, we're now going to be in the find out part of the equation.
I spent $70,000 on an MBA, and I'm going to use it. Damn it, not very
Do you
well.
think people are just going to find the old installers for the old versions of Unity and just use that to finish whatever projects they have going on right now?
That's
so that
what's happening with
by
Illustrator and Photoshop, right? You go on your download source of choice and you get Adobe Illustrator 6 or whatever. That shit's not online. You punch in a key and that stuff works, right? And it works about as well as the new one. You just can't turn your image into a hat.
Yeah, going back might be generally problems, but it's probably easier than going to. It's going to be easier than going to a different engine. But yeah,
going back's going to become problematic. Look at old Unity games today. It's kind of a shit show with things working, especially on Linux, right? You got to run that shit on Proton if you want it to function.
That's crazy. Oh, we'll be here with popcorn.
Yep.
Right.
Burnt popcorn, fire everywhere.
Well, thank you, Scott. That was it was good to have a good perspective on it outside of
a PC perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a Linux perspective or a Windows perspective.
Yeah. Not there anymore. So
yeah, we understand that, Scott, but it's too easy to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the pun works. The pun works just fine. Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. That was the joke.
Until your dying day, I'm gonna hire somebody to yes, it's gonna say here lies Scott, and get somebody to put some tape from PC Per.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right,
we'll go do the show.
Have a good one.
Oodles.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna take my chicken bones upstairs.
How
and
dare
get a
you.
drink.
Drink your chicken bones.
No, I'm gonna be like Marcus Rule and do the tuna fish protein shake.
Mmm.
Boiling water and tuna in a blender. Blend it up.
Okay, throw in some mayo and you're good. And some onion.
All right, you got to go to Germany and hang out with Marcus Rule. Then I want to see the Marcus Rule X Pedro crossover.
I'm just saying, if you don't throw in the hot water and do mayo instead, you get a very good
potatoes in there,
like
like right
toast.
next to a potato salad.
yeah. A very good toast topper. Mm, yes.
All right.
Or green onions instead of just onion, just green onion and a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, but
I had a lot of tuna in university. It was cheap.
Is tuna still cheap?
It's not the most expensive sardines. Canned sardines, that's fucking expensive. Those effectively tripled in price at one point. I think they've come down a little bit now. But it was crazy.
I noticed, I haven't checked them in a while. What was it? The 60 pack of eggs that were like $5, then they were like $19. I wonder if they're down again.
I don't shop at Tesco anymore, so now I have to go by little pricing. I only go into Tesco's like, okay, there's one thing that Tesco has that little doesn't. Fine.
All right. Let me make sure I recorded. Yes. 116 gigs. Yeah, I spent Thursday engineering a template to make YouTube shorts.
Does it need a template?
No, you open the video and you press make YouTube short. Yes, you need a fucking template. You have to design.
I mean, most people just use their phone. It's the vertical thing.
So we got a 3-way shot. How do you make that vertical again?
Right. Oh, take one of our videos and make that okay, right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I my mind was not thinking about that. No.
You're effectively doing a multicam shot at that point right there. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of ways to go around it, because when you think about DaVinci Resolve, you're like, oh yeah, video editor. I'm like, yeah, no, not really. It's like 2D graphics program, 3D graphics program, nonlinear video editor. Technically, it edits audio, but don't use that. I was trying to do it with the 2D. It's really 2D hybrid, but it's heavy on the 2D. I was following that one path, and I'm like, it didn't work. Then I tried it with a 3D using Fusion, because what I got to do is I got to take our headshots and stack them, but they also need to be transparent. I got to put another thing behind that, then another back. It was a pain in the ass. Made that work, but it would be prohibitive to like move the video. Like after I get everything set up, like it would take like 2 hours just to get another 1 minute of like getting everything aligned. So then I'm reading around and I was like, this shouldn't be this fucking difficult. And lo and fucking behold, there's an OpenFX filter built into DaVinci Resolve that you can drag into a clip that just has the option buried in a menu. It's like, I need you to do the thing. Well, it's under this other thing in this menu. And I'm like, why? How? How do you even find that? Found it. Works a treat. The only reason I'm interested in like YouTube Shorts now is because they've added a feature to YouTube Shorts that makes it a commercial for the show. Because now there's a feature to where we can take a 1 minute clip or something we done like a bit in the show where we said something funny, haha, or dark as hell, you know us.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of the YouTube short, once I punch in the right link digit, if they hit that, it takes them to the full video at that timestamp.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And how heavy are they promoting YouTube shorts? Let me tell you this, kids. I just pooped one out, like, tracer around. I'm like, well, let's see how the algorithm treats one of these. In the first 14 minutes, they got 240 views.
Yeah, I guess they count views just people just leaving their phone to automatically scroll through the shorts. Yeah,
They got put into rotation, man. So I'm like, all right. Oh.
that's how the TikToks get popular. That's how
We're talking
everyone
about-
sees all the TikToks.
People talking about Moopsie drinking bones.
Now we're talking about TikTok and vertical videos. Old man. Well, we gotta do people's dance on TikTok. It used to be the thing, right? People were just like fucking dancing and shit on it. I think
Yes,
there were, like,
that's how it
different
started.
dances. Yeah, TikTok dances. I think they're still a thing. I don't know. I'm not.
You
The-
do like a short video with a licensed song in the background, and a lot of people did dances.
right. That was TikTok, and they were like trying to send them DMCA's, and they're like, "Fuck you."
Harlem Shake, that kind of stuff.
All right. Okay, everybody. Now we're gonna do a show. So we're going to pick up. Oh, let's see what happens. Want to do that? Hey, that worked again. We're just gonna cut it right to you, Pedro.
Mhm.
20 years. And 3, 2.
20 years. Admittedly, I haven't been on Steam for 20 years. I think I only 20.
I haven't been alive for 20 years.
2005. Yeah, so it's been just a little under 20 years, but yeah, they've been around for a while. And to celebrate it, they've decided, let's do a sale. Let's have a sale and
is it
go
Tuesday?
down the line. Yeah. Go down the line to show what they've done for each year and what meme was relevant for that year. And they did a very good job. They got a bunch of Valve characters. Yes, we're all old. Got a bunch of Valve characters to do the meme faces,
All
like
right,
the
hang on.
MySpace face.
Yeah, okay, MySpace.
Yeah, Tom from MySpace.
That's just Gordon.
That's Aragorn.
Sauron.
Aragorn.
All right,
Yeah, that's
all right,
Aragorn.
okay, I got it.
Yeah,
It took a minute.
Yeah.
Sales.
So,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
the
kid, the girl.
The fire kid.
The fire girl.
Yeah,
All right.
Dave defeat. All right. We got.
How would I don't know?
I don't know. I don't know what that one is.
They mentioned the that 2006 was the year that Pluto was demoted from being a regular planet to a
Dwarf planet,
dwarf planet. Yeah,
but nobody tells us a dwarf planet.
yeah. No, no. I very much appreciate a lot of what Valve has done, especially the Linuxy bits and the Steam Deck. Yes, I agree with a lot of what they've done, and I look forward to the non-VR things that they have lined up in the future. I
Keyboard
still
crap.
don't like
I'm
VR.
done with it.
Yeah. We got Rick Astley
Roll
Scout.
and Keyboard Cat.
I want a keyboard crap.
The keyboard crab.
The Twilight books.
Twilight. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I would not have gotten that, but I'm on a boat. Oh, what's that? Just the I'm on a boat?
I'm on a boat. Yeah. Because you had to get on the boat for Left 4 Dead 2. I don't
Lady
know what that
Gaga's
one-
meat dress.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Makes
All right.
Makes
All right.
sense. Makes
Okay.
sense.
Let's see.
We got-
Put that on a witch. Yeah.
Oh,
Nyan
the
Cat.
rainbow.
Nyan
Nyan
Wheatley. Nyan Wheatley. All right.
All right.
2011.
This Gangnam Style.
Gangnam
Opa.
Style.
It's so weird seeing the Counter-Strike terrorists.
Frozen?
This Frozen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Easy
Yeah,
enough.
Frozen, and it's a Dota character.
Yeah, she's the ice character from
the press. Okay. Yeah, all right.
She's the ice character from Dota. Yeah.
Call of Duty.
The dress.
The dress. Yeah,
The
Strider
dress.
posted that one earlier. I like it. Oh, that one was so good. Arthur with the fucking VR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're into 2016 now.
We're getting recent.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Cave Johnson with the lemons. Yeah, that got me.
Distracted boyfriend. Very good, very good.
That one got a good chuckle out of me. This is the first words that Chell has ever said canonically.
Oh, really?
Yes, Chell has never spoken up to this point, and she wants Wheatley to play Despacito.
Okay. Oh, okay. Solid cat.
Yeah, the lady
cat.
and the cat with Dota characters. Yes.
Was that 2019? Oh my god.
2020.
So okay, I take exception to that. That should be Gordon Freeman because it was the actor who played the Flash in front of the Flash's graveyard. It shouldn't be G-Man.
Oh.
It should be Gordon Freeman in a suit going, yeah.
2021?
I don't know what this one is.
Oh no, are we no longer with it?
Oh no,
apparently not. 2021's too recent.
The children.
Save us.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we got the sexy costumes in 2022. All right, yeah. Sexy Steam Deck, steamy handheld gaming computer, and Barbie and Ken. Yep.
Yeah. It's the Barbie mugshots with Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah, you know, some of those were pretty good. It was a fun little romp down memory lane. They actually mentioned Artifact and Steam machines. You know, good for them. If I was doing a retrospective, maybe I would be tempted to do a bit of a revisionist history, but they showed their stuff, warts and all, like sand through the hourglass. So go the unplayed games in our Steam libraries.
Think about it, and it was really easy for me to figure out when was the first time I opened Steam. Because I remember it was when they announced that Portal was free, and I'm like, when was Portal free? Google's May 24th, 2010. I was like, right, that was the first time I installed Steam with wine. And I was like, I got my Portal thing, closed it, never went back. Until, little did I know, a game was going to come out in 2011 called Skyrim. And I wanted to make an installation video for it. So I went out of the way to make sure that I bought it on DVD because I didn't want to fight with Steam. I was like, okay, this guide's going to be way easier if I don't. The first update to Skyrim tied it to Steam. I still remember that. Not going to let that go.
Nowadays, like the boxes just come with a download code. You don't even get a disc.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, and the year after that, so in 2012 was when we got our first beta for Steam on Linux, and here we are, kids.
November 2012, that I had to send an email to Valve saying, please don't ban me. I just got this working, and I need to get a package going for Ubuntu. Please don't ban me. And 5 minutes later, I had an email saying, you've been invited to the beta. Oh, thank you, God.
And then 5 minutes later from now, you get an email that says, hey, remember that thing that you did back in 2012? Well, that was illegal. We're terminating your Steam.
Oh, yeah. Valve time. LOL, JK.
But I am of an age, though, or my Steam account is of an age, I should say, where when I first installed it, it looked a little something like what we're going to talk about next.
Oh, yeah. It was still very green.
Something like this. I completely missed out on these days. I know I have no nostalgia for the green.
It was just the left side. There wasn't like any sort of like grid. It was just the list of games.
Well, okay,
it was just, if you go into view and put small mode, it was that, but green.
Yep.
If you want to relive the greenness that was 2004, you can kinda. I mean, it still mostly works, and you gotta go through some hoops because I started reading about because I remember installing a theme with the SFP, which you can get to work on Linux, but it was too much of a pain in the ass for me to try it out just for the funsies. And the latest update is broken all the pop-up windows because they did a complete redesign. They don't know if they're going to update it, but I thought this would just be fun as a quick little, why would you ever want to do that? Yeah,
I have a powerful sense memory of seeing an interface that looks like this on a CRT, on like a 14-inch CRT monitor in my parents' basement, and now I live in an adult basement. So
go check out our show notes, OG Steam library. It's there if you need that in your life. You know what? If you can simplify it, good way to prank your friends, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't bring good memories to me because no one I knew actually liked Steam back when it was green. It was the shit client that made so that games ran worse, and it kept updating every time.
It broke your mods.
Yeah,
that was
kept updating every time you wanted to start a game, and you had to wait for like 5 minutes for it to fucking update, and it would crash for no reason, taking the game down with it. So in the age of single core and dual core processors back in 2004 when I started using it. No, Steam was shit. I hated Steam. I can't get the rose-tinted glasses for that
a lot of people
particular shade
forget
of
about
green.
this, and we brought it up multiple times on this show. You know, when we see like the Epic launcher and the GOG launcher, like, why are they so bad? Steam was not that good for a long time.
Yep.
They've been doing the R&D on it. They've been working on it for 20 years to get into the state it is right now. And where's it at right now? You're like, it's all right.
It's serviceable.
Epic has a shopping cart now, so small victories.
So Jordan, I got to admit, I just tried to move these sliders around on the screen, didn't work.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, SteamOS 3.5 preview is out and available. Not unlike Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, it ruins everything and makes you rebuy all the books you own. Now, this comes with some improved visual support. You can now have VRR and HDR in external displays. There's separation between stretch and zoom scaling, as well as ways to handle different aspect ratios. Storage will now auto mount in SteamOS, which is nice. You don't have to go through the UI to format the disk anymore. If you pop it in, it shows up as a drive. Someone ran a pacman-syu on the Arch Linux install, so now it's all nice and up to date. The latest KDE Plasma stuff that lets you do system updates from desktop mode now, which is pretty nice. That's always good.
Yes, it's very good. And it is a new major version, so if you're opting into this, all of your root FS modifications will be gone because it will just load in the new atomic image. And
can you imagine being at Valve knowing that that's going to be the case? You're like, God damn, here they come. Here they come. Here come the emails. Here they come.
So yeah, if you made changes, now's the time to go back and look through them before you opt in. But yeah, to answer Ven's question in the show notes, yes, Linux does have HDR. Ever since October last year, that was the earliest mention I could find of it in the Gamescope GitHub repo.
Well, I followed Joshi on Mastodon, and he was posting last week. He's like, I kind of sort of have it a little bit working ish with this one game, so that's why I was curious.
Yeah, that one game has its own issues, but there's a few other games that it already works, but you need to be running Gamescope. So if you have any other compositor going, you need to run your game inside Gamescope in order to be able to use HDR. And if you want the monitor to say, oh, that's all HDR, so you have to be running it in full screen in that monitor. So it works very well in the Steam Deck.
I mean, that's what you want with your 7-inch display, right? HDR.
Darkness.
That's the thing. And with the new tweaked color profiles and everything else, that
and Valve, it would look a lot sweeter if that display was OLED, wouldn't it?
that would be a lot better if it was the upgrades that I would like.
1080p screen, just drain the battery even faster.
No, 720p, actual 720p proper, OLED, and okay, if you want to do high refresh rate up to 75 hertz would be fine, but 60 is okay.
So one other thing that comes with this update is apparently they've improved Bluetooth stability. I have not tangoed with Bluetooth on my Steam Deck because, as mentioned, it has a very limited battery life, and I don't want anything else to bleed off that.
Right. He's like, that's a radio. That costs.
Yeah, that costs precious power that I don't have. Have you messed around with any of that stuff at all? And Bluetooth headphones, controllers, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the headphones. I paired the blue Sony Bluetooth headset that I have for just having the Steam Deck while I'm walking around.
Yeah, I have a pair of wired headphones because.
Yeah, that works too.
Hey man, voltage don't grow on trees.
Yeah, it doesn't. Someone was a big. Oh, yeah, we got new games to talk about. Someone was a big fan of House's lack of a naming convention. This is Untitled Ghost Game, a free multiplayer co-op game where you hunt ghosts, made by some fine Indian dudes with a chicken and some cows. I'm pretty sure the cows were the QA team.
Are they the ones who made it, or did they just pay them to do the video?
I don't know. I think their lead engineer was the chicken. At least I hope so. But anyways, it has online multiplayer, which is like a shock, especially for a free game. Those are few and far between. But yeah, you go around in your hipster pixel game and you hunt ghosts with your friends using a variety of tools. And Yeah, this seems like something that could be decent after show bait.
Maybe possibly. I mean, it is priced to sell. I mean, it is free. I went through this and I looked at it. I don't know if I downloaded it or not, but yeah, it does seem like
board.
Hide and seek with ghost, right? And like the thing is like once you find the ghost, you don't get to murder rated. You got to call in the exorcist. I'm like nah. Then like Ghost Napa shows up.
Yeah, you just have to identify what kind of haunting it is. There was another game, I can't remember the name of it now, that you basically, it was asymmetric like this. Possibly, yes. Yes,
it's a haunted.
It's Phasmophobia, yes.
What if you have haunted socks?
And yeah, you find out, okay, so the ghost is doing this and it's doing this. So it's probably this particular haunting. And then you just call a vote or whatever. It's like, no, it's this one. And if you got it right, you get bonus. If not, you get nothing.
I just prefer calling Ernie Hudson to deal with my ghosts. I think that's the way to do it.
Well, I mean, I read across this the other day. Let me see if I can enlarge in that.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, just your regular side of the road case with the doll in it. And I was thinking to myself, if I take this home and it's not haunted, I'm going to be mad.
Right, yeah. If I take this home,
it back.
If I take this home and I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be so upset.
Just a little bit cross, right? Like that better be. Like, where's the elf blood?
That should have fucking come to life and plunged the knife through my chest. Man, like, come on.
Yeah.
Only slightly haunted. Gently used haunted 70% doll.
70% haunted.
Yeah.
Discount haunted merchandise. Oh.
Yeah, listen, we only hire the laziest ghosts.
It's technically haunted, but I don't think you'll ever be able to.
That's what you get when you let them form the ghost union, Jordan. What did you expect?
Yeah, you let the ghosts unionize, and then all of a sudden they want lunch breaks. What are they going to eat? They're dead.
Makes no sense. Starfield, right? That's a video game. Yes. People are still playing it, and it's mixed, man. You either like Starfield. There's a third option. You dislike it. The third option is like,
what's a Starfield?
Well, okay, four options. There's that one.
That fourth option's not a very common one. Everyone knows Starfield.
You know it exists. And then there's people I think just hate playing it right now, and they're like, it's going to get better eventually. But make of it what you will. I mean, it's sandboxy, shooty. It's got a bunch of elements. It's like people said it's not Skyrim in space, it's Fallout in space, which I'm like, why isn't it?
It is very much both of those things at once. Yes.
But the one thing we can all agree on.
What is Fallout but Skyrim with guns? Let's be real.
Yeah.
The one thing we can all agree on is it's not optimized for PC.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Even after Todd Howard, when it's like, it is optimized, you're just going to have to update.
Correct, Pedro. Once he said, yes, I will optimize it. Watch. I said words. Yeah. Now it's optimized. Yeah.
This is another one of these situations where it looks like soft engine programmers don't really understand how DirectX 12 works. We've seen this with Elden Ring. I'd say it wasn't DirectX 12. It was DirectX 12 and resizable bar. But this is similar. This is bad usage of the DirectX ID 3D12 graphics command list : execute indirect method and its improper use therein. So not Hans Christian Andersen, the guy who wrote The Little Mermaid, the guy who writes VKD 3D Proton, he's got some fixes for it.
He does, man, because he walked out. He's like, it might not end up ever getting optimized for PC, but it sure as fuck's going to be optimized for Linux. And here's a PR for VKD3D Proton. You love it, and you probably played around with it. And one of the big issues, well, a couple of them. Apparently, Starfield allocates memory incorrectly. It abuses execute indirect, creates multiple execute indirect calls instead of batching them. And you might have guessed that slows things down just a little bit.
Especially when they return nothing. So it's literally stalling the game for a null value.
I mean, we're not talking about like the, what was it? GTA 5 performance, dude. But I mean, it's good to see work's being done on this. And this is where the type of work takes place, right? And what Jordan's saying, somebody didn't know how to DX12, bro. Or you can't really say they rushed it out the door either now, can we?
No, they delayed that shit.
Yeah, no, Microsoft looked at it the first time. It's like, you're not going to release that when we own you. Just you're not. Sorry.
And this is one of the nice things about having open source driver space. I honestly kind of hate it when I see patches like this, because it means that the game devs aren't really doing their job. But with the open source driver space, we can actually like identify and fix these issues, because we can see how the driver is running, we can see what it's doing, and then we can submit a patch to correct the behavior. So
and you mentioned Elden Ring. Elden Ring, when it first came out, it ran more consistently on Linux and the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck officially came out on the exact same day, than it did on Windows, because on Windows it was stuttery and
because it
wildly
didn't
inconsistent.
It didn't implement resizable bar properly, which again, they intercept the call in the driver and they do the right thing, and then it works all of a sudden. Surprise.
I think it's a big shock because we're all in our little PC gaming bubble, whether or not you realize it. We're rounding error to console gaming.
Mhm.
We are. I mean, I've seen that asked online. Like, why aren't these companies spending more time polishing their PC?
We don't buy
ports?
those games at full price. We wait till they go on sale. Right? Yeah.
And we have refunds.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you don't like the $70 price tag? You wait a year.
Uh-huh. You wait for half off. You wait for 80% off. Like,
you wait for that Humble Bundle, baby.
Oh no! Do you know? Okay, speaking of like great sales, Green Man Gaming had the Avengers. I want to call it something other than the Avengers. It's like the B movie.
Yeah, they're stunt. It looks like they're stunt doubles.
The Avengers
from
starring their stunt doubles.
From Spaceballs. Yeah,
100%. And they had the Ultimate YOLO Turbo Definitive Edition for $4. Now that
everyone hated that game.
wasn't enough for me to pick it up until I was like, oh, and it's getting delisted from Steam at the end of the month. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to spend $4. All right, I'm going to add it to my collection of delisted games. And I was like, well, I got it. I might as well install it, see what it is. I went through like the tutorial thing, and it showed me how to play Iron Man. And I'm like, it's a little clunky, but maybe we could get into this somehow. I go to my first mission, and it starts me off as Black Panther. I'm like, then why did you just spend fucking 20 minutes teaching me how to play Iron Man? Or the control? Oh shit, the controls are the exact same. Never mind. All right. So yeah, that's my review of that. Slightly off topic. Starfield. I'm not going to end up playing it. Jordan's not going to end up playing it. Pedro will end up playing it when either somebody buys it for him or it's
I'll end up playing it.
Off.
I've already been offered it by 2 different people, and I've rejected them both times. I'd love to, but I don't have time right now. Thank you.
Again, I'm waiting for the modders to take a crack at it. Like every Bethesda game gets better once the community identifies all the shit in the game that didn't work, and then just makes a mod that takes it out of the game so you can skip it. Like lockpicking in Skyrim.
That was the best part of Skyrim.
Lockpicking in Skyrim wasn't even the worst. Like the entire magic system and the mage quests for the College of Winterhold, those were shit. Those
didn't do any of those.
Not the worst. One of the worst bits of Skyrim. It's shit.
I played enough Skyrim until I wasn't scared of the dragons anymore. Once that wore off.
I want the mod that turns all the spaceships in Starfield into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, I mean, somebody's going to create a Skyrim planet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to be full of Macho Man Randy Savage dragons.
They're just going to load the entire map of Skyrim on a planet, and you just drop down and away you go.
You cruise up to the planet, and the planet is just a Macho Man Randy Savage's head with the hat on.
Starts chasing your ass.
Yeah. Starts launching Slim Jims off from the surface. You gotta dodge them.
Oh man, Intercontinental Ballistic Slim Jims. That's too long for a show title. Don't waste your time. Here's a little bit of a blast from the past. Pedro, did you put this in the show notes?
I did. I saw the little notification show up on the top of my Steam news. I was like, oh, wait, no, that came out today? Oh.
Speaking of like things from 20 years ago, or like from the early days of Steam on Linux, a game we've all played, Distance, survived the distance. It was a contender. It's definitely an honorable mention in early access perpetuity.
The soundtrack gets a lot of play on our live streams.
It used to, yeah. And it finally came out, and it came out in a state of like, let's just slap a 1.0 on it and push it out the door, which was really fucking disappointing considering how good the game was. Never get a lot of traction, but there's an update looking for some community levels. Yeah, they are. Well, the developer who's still working on it. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. There's an announcement. It's going to be coming out. It's getting ported to retro consoles. And by that, I mean it's getting a PS4 port. Pretty nice. There's been some fixes for the letterboards for the cloud storage because it was filling up people's cloud storage. So that's been sorted. And like I said, there's been a call to the community for levels. I was like, how many people are still playing this game now? No one looked it up. More than I thought. The average is about 20 if you squint a little bit. I'm closer to 15.
I wonder what those leaderboards are like. Is it just like people just competing over fractions of seconds at this point?
It's that 20 people, right?
Yeah.
It's
no,
turned into...
it's the cheaters. Then it's those 20 people.
Pedro Mateus would know. Being one of the
No. I mean the cheaters, the ones that finished all the tracks in less than a second because they just teleported themselves to the end.
Now, the thing that killed this game, whether or not you agree with me, okay, that's fine, is that they never went back and created racing tracks. Because I think, Pedro, am I correct? Every map has a ginormous skip through it, right?
Most of them do, yeah. You just have to find out where it is. Some of them are very well telegraphed. Mm-hmm. That's why I learned them, because I didn't go looking for them. It's like, oh, that looks like that bit of the track. Oh, it is. Okay.
Right. And, for people that wanted to get in, and it does have a level editor, just wanted to get in and do some racing. I was like, we don't fucking have to want to go hunt around and research where the skips are. We just want to fucking race. And there were enough people with that similar mindset that it just never gained any traction. It's $24.99, and this game came out in 2018. That's almost.
This was in early access for a while too.
Oh, it was. I paid.
And the Linux version's a bit buggy.
$120 for mine and Pedro copy.
Back on the Kickstarter.
Back on the Kickstarter. I'm like, just got it, and controllers didn't work back in the days, man. I mean, it was a different time, kids. So yeah, it's still around. It's coming to PS4
and PS5.
And PS5.
Yeah, and PS5. It's like, I saw the PS4 release. It's like, are you genuinely just doing the PS4? And then I actually clicked on the blog post. It's, okay. PS5 at the same time. Right. I know that Sony fired up.
Who knew? I would have gotten more excited if it was like, we're doing this for the Wii U. I'm like, but fuck yes. All right.
But so,
okay. I know that Sony fired up the PS4 printers during, the Rona because of the shortage, but damn.
Speaking of Unity games, this is a Unity game, by the way.
Yes.
So updating to the latest version. So I hope it doesn't sell too well on PS5. Otherwise, our buddy's gonna be owing some money.
And it's also an old Unity game, which means you play it with Proton.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No, the Linux version is buggy. There's entire tracks that they just crash.
Yeah. So. This was like OG Unity Scream of Nope era, right?
Yeah. Well, Jordan, I don't think, Pedro, did you ever play the Bayovania game, Bloodstained?
No.
Oh, I tried to get into that earlier this week.
Yeah, I saw you were posting. You were dealing with the puppy boss.
Well, there were regular characters that just little puppies with bows in their hair, but they're on a chain link. They try to eat you. It's very campy, very silly, by one of the creators of a Castlevania series, or the creator, I guess you should say. But when you said bug, man, because I got pretty good. I was at the last boss, and here's the strat to beat a boss in that game. You go all the way to the beginning of the map where the one shop is where you can buy the health potions. You buy every single health potion there is, all of them, the big, little, small, sideways ones. Then you go all the way back to the boss. Then you take that motherfucker and take him out. This is
the near automata strategy of 999 potions. We're doing it.
And the 100% success rate on this, except when I got back to the boss and I spent all my money, and it was a ton of money because a lot of grinding in between these sections, even with fast travel. I'm down. I'm like, okay, got to start using the potions. None of them were in my inventory.
Ooh, the money was gone too.
Money was gone too, man.
Oh no!
Like, I even went all the way back, and I'm like, is something gonna unglitch here? I'm like, nope.
Oh, that's rough.
I guess that's not rough. Deliberate. It's not like, no, this is the last boss. You don't get to use potion.
Well, it turns out it's not even really the last boss. If I had beaten them, that would have been the bad ending. You see, you don't do that. You do another 6 hours of convoluted bullshit, a little thing I like to call.
It's a Metroidvania, yes.
Well, Castlevania was like one of the OG games that pioneered that, right? Like,
yes. But we're talking about Oh no! You see, here's where you gotta cut the moon in half in the background with a sword.
Ah. You,
Or
you
in
just gotta,
Blasphemous, if you want to
Second
get the good ending, you have to figure out that yes, you can destroy the guild statues, but if you have a what starts out as a bead, a clear bead, and you die 4 times with that bead equipped,
Mhm.
it gets full of guilt. And then after you destroy the statue, a portal appears where the statue is, and you need to destroy all 7 statues and beat the gauntlets in all 7 portals to get the good ending.
See, that's why I never played Mario.
So yeah, and from the guy who brought you Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, yeah, just kneel in the corner here, and a hurricane will take you to the place where you need to go.
Clearly
Is there any-
telegraphed.
KG Inafuna, thank you.
I watched what was it, Maximilian Dude play through the first time through the original Zelda, and there's some parts in original Zelda. I'm like, you get wrecked, man. With a
yeah, if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, if you're going in cold, like
you're
yeah.
never gonna figure that out. It's like, what did you do back in the day? I'll tell you, you started playing another game at some point.
Yeah. My video game rental at Blockbuster expired, so I picked a different one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back on track. VKD3D Proton. We're just talking about it.
We got the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the news. It's the second bit of VKD 3D. This one is the roll-up of version 2.10, which includes the Starfield performance issues fixed, and the Ratchet and Clank. Also, the performance issues that it had have also been
I
addressed.
kind of want to play that.
Yeah,
So do I.
it's one of those mascot games that were very, very popular in the PlayStation days.
I just like the old Ratchet. Like I played the old Ratchet and Clank games. The weapons are just fun because they're goofy.
Yeah.
Fire a thing at something that turns them into chickens, and then you can take the chickens and throw them at other enemies. It's great.
Mm-hmm. And they've also made a not entirely Vulkan compliant implementation of shader model 6.7. It's opt-in for now because it's not entirely compliant, but it works, at least from their testing on AMD and NVIDIA. No word on the Intel Arc. I guess even the VKD 3D folks have Intel cards yet. There was an Armored Core 6 bug that basically drove an entire rewrite of the descriptor set layouts in VKD 3D. And here, I'd been hearing that, Armored Core 6 is the best From Software game on PC ever. There's still a niggling issue.
That's not a very high bar.
I'm just saying, that sounds, dude,
no,
what you're saying, that was like the Dark Souls of rewrites, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, effectively.
One other thing that comes in here is direct storage is now implemented through VKD3D Proton, so you can get that GPU decompression. We have it at home. Also, if you're playing Halo Infinite, no rebar for you. It causes CPU performance to eat poo. Sorry, boys.
I have that enabled.
I also have rebar enabled now that I could reinstall my operating system.
Even if you have it enabled, it just doesn't use the shared memory.
No.
Indeed.
I don't know fuck all what it does, but I got it enabled.
Yeah,
it's good to have it enabled nowadays because I don't know if NVIDIA is making active use of it, but I know both AMD and Intel require it effectively.
Yeah, no, the Intel GPUs like straight up require rebar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want them to work.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I don't buy my Intel GPUs and expect them to work, man. I buy them to look at them.
Listen, you buy an Intel GPU as a project. That's a hobby, man.
Yeah.
5 years ago, we called those AMD cards.
Yeah.
No. Up next, we got Mango HUD. Yeah. The new Mango HUD version is out, 0.7 RC1. That's
Speaking of AMD, Team Red.
Yeah. You can get the GPU fan stats only on AMD. A lot of the stuff is only on AMD because the fine folks at Valve have been making changes for this to better support the Steam Deck, and so all of the all of the cool new stuff gets added, mostly for AMD only.
I'm already taking a little bit of an issue here because we have an option to modify the text outline thickness. We have the option for that. Where's the one to do the text outline girth?
The width. Yeah. I want that bold, flavorful text. The other thing is now they have an explicit blacklist, so no more running Mango HUD on Internet Explorer for you fucking sickos.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, if you ever wanted all of the options that the Steam Deck gives you when you're playing with the different presets, this is the update. This is the one you've been looking for. Just download it and you should have the exact same presets. In fact, they're numbered the exact same one. And if you don't like the presets exactly, you can make changes and use your own options because, hey, you're running Mango HUD on the desktop, so you can.
That's pretty neat. I mean, Valve. Checkbox. Desktop client, please.
That would be nice, yes.
Yeah.
Instead of the little FERPs counter, just Mango HUD.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm launching a game for the first time, there's a Mango HUD command. And I think that's merits enough usage to just go ahead and include it. I mean,
I would like to see what they do, them add to the desktop client what they have in the Steam Deck client, which is you can just enable it through the overlay. So it's not even you have to go out of the game. You can just be like, turn on.
And
Mango
if it's
HUD,
a tick box, like Ben was saying, like in the options, you could just open the settings in game and go, whoop, done.
Yeah,
it's just a slider. You hit the Steam button and
like seriously, all the NV API shit, the hide, and all that shit should be under advanced and collect so you don't have to go to ProtonDB and like, all right, what glyphs do I need to make this? Because I ran into that when I was trying to play the Avengers. I was like, why aren't you picking up DLSS? Then I had to find another thing because apparently there's some random moon package for NVIDIA that you have to have installed for it to where I'm like, what? I even made a doc for that. I'm like, I'll never remember that. So good work. Mango HUD's a great piece of software. So is GameScope.
Yes.
Unless you're a YouTube commenter.
Yeah, except for that one guy on YouTube. He really doesn't like it.
That was his issue was with NVIDIA specifically.
Oh yeah, he was one of Pedro, Team Reds.
That's the thing.
He's one of your peeps.
Look, I have my 6700 XE, but before that, I had the GTX 1080, and I very much enjoyed that GTX 1080 right up until it couldn't run DX12 properly anymore. So, the GameScope is effectively the best way if you want to get games that like to fuck around with your monitor configurations to get them to behave properly. And on top of everything that already does, your FSRs, your HDRs, everything else, now it has support for ReShade. Yes. If you have your own collection of shaders and other graphical customizations that you've added to every single game on the Windows side, well, now you can probably get to it on the Linux side. You could previously already use some of the ReShade options in VK Basalt. It had a tab specifically for that, but the devs for VK Basalt seem to be winding down development. They're saying that they're not adding any new features, so that seems to be the death knell. GameScope is very much looking to become the default, or at least the go-to Wayland compositor, and with ReShade support on top of everything else, I'd say yes, please. I'm kind of curious of someone who gets a GameScope session on KDE or GNOME and then just starts applying reshades on the desktop. I kind of want to see those screenshots. I do.
Yeah, doing this though can introduce quite a bit of latency, so you want to be a little bit sparing if you're going to be doing like full-on transforms. Apparently, according to the author of this README, AMD GPU just has the ability to do this within the display core, so you don't necessarily need to use something like ReShade to get these effects in place. There's a native driver solution, but I don't know if something like that exists similarly on NVIDIA, on the NVIDIA side. That's
well, definitely one of the things. So if you were like me, like I knew the word ReShade and I know it did a thing, like, but maybe you're not even there. I'm like, what are you guys even talking about? So what is it? It lets somebody else dick around with your game's brightness, contrast, and colors, like preset, predefined. So you don't have to mess around with it. You have to open up like any settings or anything like, oh, I wonder if like the contrast and everything was balanced out differently, or you want a fresh look to it. And you can find some really good ones over at sfx.thelazy.net. Let's go check this out. So these are some Starfield, man. Let me give you some examples of what the sweet FX comparisons look like.
Sweet Jesus.
So this is no ReShade.
Michael Rooker.
This is default. There we go. Kind of get an idea what's going on there, right?
Yep.
Looking a little bit better.
If you ever looked up ENB mods that change the visual aspect in the post-processing, that was probably something that you did with ReShade nowadays.
I mean, it's contrast adjustments. What would be a good game to look at, Jordan?
Ooh, something like very, very pretty with like
easy to spell, by the way. Pedro.
Oh,
first come, first serve.
I don't know.
GTA San Andreas, for example.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say Bloodborne, but that's not on PC. Like,
yeah,
GTA 5, you say?
GTA sure, 5. GTA 5 works too. Yeah.
What? Oh, what about what kind of shit did they have for Skyrim?
Skyrim's one that everyone knows. Yes.
That's been around. It's been around for a minute. So
that 2016 that has 3,000 downloads. Yeah.
All the way back. Yeah. What about this one?
Or 11,000. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, who do we go with? We go with Elfie Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Solitude. Yeah.
All right. This is Sweet Effects enabled. Sweet Effects disabled.
He looks a little crispier.
Disabled.
Yeah, it's been out in the sun a bit longer.
Crispy, soggy. Crispy, soggy. Crispy, soggy.
So, I mean, it's just sticking around with brightness and contrast. Like some of them are. Oh, hang on.
Looks a little less washed out than unmodified.
What's Neurotic Automatic?
I got one.
Nah.
No, they had like 3 different entries for it. So
near.
All caps.
Yeah, all caps. That's the good one. DG's preset. I think this one had a good example of like the outdoors. That this slider doesn't. Well, that's just what it looks like with it applied then.
All right.
Deal with it.
Cool. Did it include the before? There you go. There's some light shafts and some HDR that the original game doesn't do.
You said shaft.
Shafts all over your shaft, man. So, and Automata really is one of those.
It's a very pretty game.
It's for like seriously one of the few games. Like every screenshot that you see on the Steam page, that's in game. Oh, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
okay. Yeah.
Wiggle.
Little earthier.
Yeah, because everything's washed out in this game. This is why I wanted to pull this one up, because it's just a washed out game. That was the visual style they were going for. So,
no, someone's using the near replicant suit for 9S there.
Yeah, I used his suit when I was doing the new old Nier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had the original Nier suit for 9S in the game, and you had the 9S schoolboy getup for the original Nier.
North Ranger asks, wasn't there a big ReShade thing for probably? I think Minecraft has got a ton of like shader. I don't know if it might be a ReShade.
Yes. It was either ReShade or ENB, but yeah, there's also Minecraft RTX.
I want a Minecraft mod that turns the blocks into spheres.
with the appropriate physics, so everything just rolls.
Cohesion. Yeah, everything's it's just a giant ball pit. That'd be dope.
Crash it. It's still single threaded though, so just like fucking causes your computer to start smoking.
Oh man. Before we get out of here, we got an option if you want to get in touch with us. It's easy to do. Like, let me be real with you. I'm not going to have a drawn out conversation with you, and I speak for all of us on like Zitter, Mastodon, YouTube comment section. If you got some back and forwards that you want to take care of that, hop into our IRC, hop into our Discord. Be happy to chat with you there. But if you got a thought, You got some hints. You got some comments. You got a hot take. You got a medium warm. Hell, if you got a lukewarm take, I want you to head over to Linux Gamecast, smash the contact button, pick this show. It's called Linux Gamecast. You can figure it out. Type your tippies in, smash that submit button, and we get it. And we might read it right here on this show. We got a little bit of love this week, Jordan.
Yes, from Mr. Froz regarding Reavers of Souls. And he says, hello, I'm one of the devs from the Soul Reaver Decom project. It's Frederico. We've seen your video, and after some work on that front today, the Linux build is up and running again. I wanted to let you know that we really appreciate you guys giving us some more exposure. It keeps us motivated to continue doing work in the project. I also wanted to mention that there is currently an HD texture pack for the game out there, only for the Dreamcast version, though, which is pretty good. We aren't working on this, but we're on 60% completion, and parallel to the reverse engineering of the game code, there's a dev working on a texture editing tool for the game that's also complete. That'll be cool because getting off the PS1 graphics and onto something a little more prettier, that would be dope as hell. I'm really excited to see in like 4 years once you guys like have Soul Reaver playable. I'm there 100%. I look forward. I love Legacy of Kain. I love all those characters. I love that universe. I need more of it, and Crystal Dynamics hates my guts.
Well, they're not owned by Square Enix anymore, but the
Extinguisher Group.
Yeah, the Extinguisher Group took care of them.
Maybe not for long, man, because they're selling golf companies left and right now.
Yeah, turns out although they spent a lot of money and they realized, oh crap, we have to make something, don't we? Fuck. How do we do that? Let's make Gollum.
Like the Soul Reaver and the Wipeout decomps and then rebuilds.
Oh, did you see the F-Zero announcement? Nintendo was like, let's just mine that nostalgia.
Oh,
yeah.
Nintendo Direct this week. Well. They're like, hey, we're remaking F-Zero. And like, oh.
Yeah, after people have been asking for that shit for 25 years? Yeah, sure.
It takes an unofficial decompilation of Wipeout and then make the game work on modern systems for them to get off their ass. But yeah, no, like the Wipeout example is perfect because they made a game that you either played on your original PlayStation or you didn't anymore because you couldn't find it anywhere else. So it is available for everyone now, and I really want that, and I really want the Soul Reaver project, and I hope those two actually kickstart a the crowdfunding platform, but actually start or give people a kick in the butt to just decompile and rebuild everything else.
Once these guys finish Soul Reaver 1, I really hope they go back and do 2 and Defiance. I even like Blood Omen 2. I know a lot of people didn't like that game, but I did because it had boobies in it.
I played the demo of Soul Reaver 2 on the PS2.
Yeah. No, this is what we're talking about. Apparently now it builds under Linux, which is pretty dope.
Hang on, let's see if they've updated these build instructions. Hey! Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Okay, fix this bullshit. Nobody wants to do this.
Well, all one line. All one line.
All one. Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, fix that. Outside of that. That's really nice. Clone, get navigate. Yeah, easy enough to do.
Yeah, CMake. Yep.
Execute, generate project files, 132. Okay, cool.
I have to clone it recursively. Okay, so there's some links to other repos there.
Yeah, that just means you can go get something to drink usually.
The main one is like a Dreamcast reverse engineering library.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big one. But yeah. So no, really excited to see that. Really excited to see where this project goes. Let us know. Maybe come on the show. Talk about Soul Reaver. Talk about
I dare you.
Moody vampires.
We have the technology. Pedro dresses a moody vampire.
So how I usually dress?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, I have to be more moody. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask Nori. I'm sure she'll love the idea.
Clown nose.
You just need to like take an entire like bucket, like a mop bucket of glitter and dump it on your head.
Yes. But you need to be misted first, so that's where Nori comes in.
Yeah, it's
right.
Spray down with some oil.
Yeah, we don't want you to dry out. We don't want to damage your skin. Just, do it, coward.
Yeah. And on that oily Petro bombshell.
I need to buy the clothes first.
What clothes? You think you're going to be wearing clothes through this entire thing? Hell no.
Just a blindfold if that counts. Hey, if you would like to support our glitter purchasing habit, you can by heading over to our web zone, linuxteamcast.com. We got a support button. A couple of ways to help us out. The biggest one, just share the show. You see it posted somewhere. Give it a retweet, give it a retweet, give it a whatever the hell you do on the Facebook, that thing. Thumbs up if you watch it, like and subscribe, all that. That helps more than you absolutely know. And big thanks to everybody who already does that. We do want to thank all of our patrons making the show possible. If you want to become one of those, click on that button. We got LibrePay, we got PayPal, one-time donations. You want to buy a 50-gallon? I'm not even looking for a 50-gallon thing of glitter because no.
I don't know if the glitter one exists. The lube does, but not the glitter. I don't know.
Wait, can you get glittery lube, or do you have to like buy?
We're not going down that fucking rabbit hole. Man. No, just stop. Get that out of your head.
But it's all lubed up already.
Nope. Hey, if you want to pick us up some presents where we will publicly thank you online, we got some Amazon wish lists. It's been a while since I've creeped on everybody's wish list. Let's go have and it's out of stock.
Nah, boo.
But Jordan wants a 7800 XT. He wants a ribbon cable and whatever the SATA thing, mic arms. All right.
I need the ribbon cable for the SATA thing because my GPU takes up too many slots.
Let's see what Pedro's got on his. He's got that funky USB-C, USB A to C.
Yeah, C to C.
That's C to C.
No, the A to C. Sorry.
From
Thank
sea to shining
I already have the C to
sea.
C. I'm confused.
He has that fan.tm, which is kind of brilliant. It's got some
You
crucial
guys talked
RAM.
it up. I kind of want.
SSDs.
Auto jumper. Yep.
Yeah,
Air
pretty good.
fryer.
Power backs / auto jumper. Yes.
Now, if you want to end up on this wall back here, it's going to cost you. I don't know. I think I probably got some stupid cheap on here. Let me see. Where's mine? We got the Epic motherboard, 80 fucking takers on that. Bullshit. You know what? ECC memory is not that expensive. That's not
That for 32 gigs for
32
bucks.
gigs.
That's
RDIMM's
very
3200. Yeah.
Okay. That is incredibly reasonable.
We have the Goth cheese grater, one of those Zim boards, lenses. Yeah, this is pretty cheap.
I thought that was a Roomba for a second.
Yes, the Nikon Roomba AF, man. Do either of you have one of these? Any experience with these?
No, I guess
No.
they're just like little hanger thingies.
Yeah, you just like apparently it screws in and it faces backwards, which is keeps it
so
out of the
that
way.
the headphones are under the desk
Yeah.
and people don't knock them
I
over
have one of
by
those
doing
bullshit
things.
situations where I have actual use for that.
The only thing I would be worried about is like having my thigh just like smack that if you're turning around.
Yeah. Well, it'll be under the desk, so like on the other desk.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my side desk, man, not my main desk. Man.
No,
That's
your
my
side piece.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Get you a little something on the side.
We got all that going on. Bunch of other ways. Go check it out if you get a chance. We got an Amazon storefront. If you want some merch.
Oh, speaking of Amazon, Bezos bucks.
Bezos bucks. Oh, right. Speaking of Bezos bucks, Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, Nubbin, 40 months resub. Look at that. We tied it together.
Thank you very much.
We did it.
Professional. Thank you for the resub, Nubbin. Yeah, we got a store. You want to get some LGC merch? You want to get some stickers? You want to get some shirts? Anything you can. We get a little cut of that. And it's all homemade stuff. So it's LGC. Actually, the material of the shirts are good.
We won't charge you every time you wear the shirt, unlike Unity.
Only every time you take it off. We charge for uninstalls, so removals.
Yes, we're going to start charging for uninstalls of our merch.
And I think, Humble Affiliate, if you see stuff on our web zone or stuff I've reviewed for interfacing Linux or things like that, you can click, and if you buy something, however that works.
How much glitter is 25 pounds of glitter? Because glitter doesn't weigh that much. So
how much
pounds.
does glitter glay? Glitter glay? The glitter way.
Probably enough to have a federal agent show up at your house asking questions.
A very sparkly federal agent. I'm with the Department of Glitter, of the Department of Interior Glitter.
No, it's just Department of Glitter, man. Like, really? Like, fucking real. Let me see some ID. Whips it up.
whips it out. It's fuck. You can't see it because it's all shiny. You're just like, my eyes. And that's when they break into your house and steal all your stuff.
That's how they get you, man. That's all a ploy, but big glitter. You better watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, we're gonna cue the music and get the fuck out of here. Thanks again, Shot Mashode. Yes.
Take a shot in the show.
Scott Mashode, for hopping in at the beginning of the show, talking about some Linuxy stuff along with some Unity stuff. Good on you, mate. If you want to get in touch with me, just at Venstone, I'm still on Zitter, or we have a Mastodon federated timeline instance of tooting at mast.linuxgamecast.com. All that information is linked on the web zone. You can find it wherever popular Vin products are located.
I guess that would be store.linuxgamecast.com. I'm Jordan. I'm your favorite sparkly vampire. You can find me. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna make a joke about waiting outside schools, but that's not cool at all. Don't do it. Don't
explain it.
At the Burning Fool on X, Twitter, whatever. At Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com. On mass.linuxgamecast.com.
Yeah.
And soon you will be able to find me in the nude playing the moody vampire somewhere. I guess we're going to find that out together. You can find me on mass.linuxgamecast.com. That's at unaccounted for with the actual number 4 at the end. So yeah, follow me there. I don't post much. I retweet things occasionally.
I will be accepting game proposals for Pedro the Moody Sparkly Vampire.
Pedro the Sparkly Vampire had a very coked up nose.
Time for some credits.
Okay. Well, we'll see if Nubbin's in the correct place in the credits this week. Gotta thank our advisors, Omegas and Artherin, and our executive producers, Bob Bramp, Scott Machode, Atomic Ass, Mike G, Drummer, Tomaj, Hakeem David, Eshep, and Ian, and our Little Nick fans, Super Destote, Empty, Glorious Egg Roll, Blasphemia, and oh look, Nubbin's there.
Yes, and the Sea Monsters, Renault, Radarex, Machina, Trudgy, Veritanuda, Justin, Nubbin, again, Darkwing, System T, Dancing Joe, Ogi-Wan, and Kyrella. It's Nubbin going to show up on all of them? No.
He's fucking will next week, goddammit.
It's just all Nubbin, like all the names.
Just
Nubbin.
All of our fine upstanding cannibals on the wall behind me, Carl, Micro, Theoretics, New, Aldius, Noctilus, John E. Shep, Gamatron, Uno, DSN, Joe, Aromatic, Dav, and Kai Jorai. Thank you very much. Until next week, hopefully Unity will be around. It will be a slow crash and burn process. And
it's like NASCAR.
I feel bad for everybody working there right now. Because there's nobody like remotely
the people
outside of the sea
working
levels.
There?
Yeah, going, oh, fuck. Done by everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Meow, boom. Much like paper. I don't know. Like, glitter is like a secret recipe, and one company makes it.
Right. But
I watched a documentary on this shit.
Well, like, what did... Okay. I need to do this from my brain. Amazon... Yeah, how much... What denominations of glitter do they sell? It is $18.99 for 100 grams of
Look
glitter.
at this fucking rookie over on his Amazon when I'm
and that is 36 packs of glitter.
I'm at bulkglitter.com.
All right, what's the price per weight of glitter?
Okay, let's see if we can find Pedro in here. I'm under by usage.
Spraying glitter. We need to like have it in an aerosolized format.
Yeah, seriously, like, we're fucking with people.
Solvent resistant glitter, so it stays on there. Okay.
Science glitter. What do we want? Oh man, that polyacrylic, that might incandescent. Yes.
Holographic.
Burn retinas with this.
How much is a jar? What is a jar?
We're getting there. Ooh, that looks like it's a live culture.
Bulk.
Oh yes. Dazzle chunky glitter.
Chunky glitter. There's ultrafine Oh, you get your grade?
1 pound jar. $36 a pound.
Do they have like a banana for scale?
$37?
That's 1 pound of glitter.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't think you're gonna need any more glitter after you buy that, right?
So 8 ounces. 8 ounces is $20
$20
for 8 ounces.
What does that look like? Like
Looks like 8 ounces of glitter in it.
right.
It's one big piece of glitter.
Yeah, just the giant chunk.
It's a DIY. DIY.
Yeah, because they come in ingots, right? You get the glitter ingot, and
You have to smelt the ingot of glitter.
God damn. I'd fucking buy a glitter ingot. I wouldn't even think twice about it. As long as it came with a certificate of authenticity.
Glitter bullion. Okay.
Soup. Delicious. Chicken flavored glitter.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so.
That's because you drank 2 liters of glitter, Morty.
There's a 50-pound drum of glitter.
How much is a 50-pound drum? It's call for pricing, probably.
$3,700 of TT dollars, whatever those are.
Titty dollars?
TT dollars? I like how bulk glitter has a newsletter.
See, you got to keep that shit away from my wife because she's gonna buy it. And not even for arts and crafts. It's because she is malicious about the
dollars. In US dollars, it's only $552.
What is the TT
Trinidad and
currency?
Tobago. There we go.
Trinidad.
Thank you,
Trinidadian
Mr.
dollars. Okay.
$500?
Yeah, $552.52.
I mean, that just got well within reach of a funding goal, didn't it? So how much to put Pedro in a 50 gallon?
Can we do like a David Blaine thing where we get the acrylic tank and then we baste him in there in the glitter solution?
Okay, we got to do some science first because I find the melting point of glitter because I want that barrel on open flame.
I guess it would depend on the type of glitter, wouldn't it?
Depends on what kind of plastic it's made of. Yes.
I was talking about lead glitter.
Samaroots SLTD, get ready for some weird emails heading your way. I got questions.
Can I get an entire coffin stuffed in glitter, please? Oh man. Oh fuck. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do when I die. I'm gonna be put my body in the coffin and then fill it to the brim with glitter.
Glitter embalmment, bedazzle.
Yeah. Bejewel my corpse.
Damn it. Balmint. We got to work the word out, though. Shit. I don't know. There's a word in there. There's a funny word in there.
Yeah.
With a, bedazzled, bejeweled, glitter, and embalmment.
Embezzlement.
I want to get embezzled.
And glitterment.
Embezzled. Yeah, embezzled just works too good. It's too good.
Yeah, embezzled.
Embezzled me.
Embezzle me in glitter. I mean, put within bezels could technically be embezzlement.
No. Get hired by bulk glitter and then embezzle a shit ton of glitter and bury me in the embezzled glitter.
Oh man, just to fuck with a future archaeologist.
To fuck with the people who go to my funeral, man. Just get them covered in glitter.
You don't even need to bring microns in it before glitter starts fucking things up, man.
Yeah, I wanted fine enough that when people breathe in, they get lung problems.
Got the sparkly lung, Papa.
It just shreds the insides of their lung. It's why are my lungs filling with blood? Oh god. Aerosol glitter, man.
No, That's when
See,
you
that's how we fix global warming, is we just fill the atmosphere with glitter so it reflects all the sunlight off the planet.
Isn't that Snowpiercer? Except it wasn't glitter. It was some other compound that they released into the atmosphere that made it stupid cold.
Just to show, like, the average person given one day of godlike powers would completely wreck civilization.
Listen, my godlike powers have to come with the Control Z. Otherwise, I ain't doing shit.
I don't know, man. That glitter thing sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, you did the glitter thing and then say, yeah, all right, Control Z. No.
Yeah. Because that's kind of it. You can have the godlike powers, but you gotta like manually undo every change that you make.
Oh yeah, you can get rid of the glitter, but you gotta do it one piece at a time.
Yeah, right? Like, yeah.
A faraway planet. Oh, see, this is where the dangerous shit comes in. If we're the intelligent life in the fucking universe and we get actual fucking travel, we find like Earth 2 with some motherfuckers on it, it's like, oh look, test subjects, because you know that's gonna be our ass. Like, let's go try it on Earth 2 first and see how that works out. Oh man, well, we got a little bit of time. You guys want to do a level or two quick?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. We got the guest box running if anybody wants to hop in the after shows, and it's already
Scott, you want to play some Quake with us?
on. Let's play some Quake. Anybody want to play some Quake? And I know Rohit's like, God damn it, he's somewhere right now.
He's midway through a 98 Degrees concert going, God damn it.
Right.
We need to get Nick Lachey.
I call this my 90s music video button.
Yep.
Yep. That'd be good.
And the lights out at the stage. There we are. Entertainers, acting stupid, acting agent.
Hey, it does work. All right. Alt F. Pew.
Get the fuck out of here.
Damn you, mouse. Obey. Don't I have like a more four-way shot here somewhere?
More way?
Yeah, more way.
No. Does Ashley want to play some Quake with us? You wanna ditch you and hang out with some studs?
Arise, chicken. Arise.
Yes, us three studs.
What version of Quake? The Quake one.
Quake 2,
yeah,
yes.
Quake 2 comes with the new version.
All right, so it works there. Works there. Hey, no, it works there. All right. God damn. Do I want to save that? Probably not. No. Wait, did you save? I can't see it. Let's go to Discord.
Oh god.
So, if anybody's looking for a Vengestone recommended book series, Mayor of Noobtown, just go through that. That last one was fucking awesome. It got dark. I've seen elves turned into bad guys, but not like this.
Oh, I finished Better Call Saul. It's
over. We're going to be in after shows, and if you're listening to the live stuff.
That was very much an ending.
Did they it's done now though?
It's done. So it's weird because they did I guess it's a minor spoiler, but it's like they do a wrap up for Breaking Bad too. They're just like they finish the Better Call Saul plot and then they go back and they do some loose end tying for Breaking Bad at the very end.
Oh, okay. They should have did it with like a continuation with like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it was there was always that like vague implication in Breaking Bad that like maybe we're not in like a realistic world. Like that minute with Gus, for like a split second, you're like, oh my god, is he actually a demon?
Oh, right. You're like, oh no, we collectively called bullshit at our screen at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because like at that point he's like fucking everywhere and outsmarting everyone's like, is he actually just Satan?
Let me see. How much data bit storage? Dude, okay, so I was doing a little bit of research into, the NVMe cards.
Yeah.
Right? There's two types. One's like $35, the other one's $200. There's no middleman here. There's no in between. There's one without the bifurcation chip on it, which apparently is wicked hella expensive. And there's the one if you just got a by 16 slot, which just routes pins.
So the bifurcation one lets you like have one NVMe drive in and then like get like a by 8 lane or whatever for the rest of it, or
I don't know. I think like a by 8 and it does switching.
Okay.
So you can access them all. I mean, it's
so I guess like really you only need it if you need those other PCI ports. If you just have like the one slot dedicated to,
well, usually like a standard consumer motherboard is going to have 1 by 16 and 1 by 8.
Right.
Even though it's a 16 size, it's a by 8.
Even though it's full size, so you have to use the top. It's usually the top one for the 4 NVMe SSDs, and then you have to enable bifurcation if you want to hopefully still have the same throughput from your GPU.
Pedro's been very visual this evening. I'm waiting for like one to just fuck up and accidentally incast something.
The words, so I had to do some brain racking there, and the hand gestures indicated, it's like the HDD activity.
I was expecting I'm doing something.
I got really reliant on whiteboard drawing for a while, to the point where like I would just start like sketching nothing on the whiteboard while I was talking, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like this illustration isn't even like relevant to what I'm talking about. I'm just like drawing a dick on the board. Just lovingly like doing ball hairs, talking about something completely unrelated. Now, do we remember what the last level we were on was?
The video is public, so.
All right, so we've waited long enough for the record.
Yes, our goldfish memory is exactly 1 week. And even further than that, we need to go consult the
the Oracle.
Yeah.
Abu. Okay.
Co-op. Difficulty. Nightmare. If we get 8 lives. Friendly fire's on. Player collision's on.
Okay, 8 lives, so the moment we start telefragging each other, it's done.
I could cut infinite ammo on it. Just wanted to watch slaughter.
Yeah, well, I mean, then we have a reason to fucking game over. It's like, oh, wow. We blew our loads. Time to reload.
We were at the mines last time, right?
Did we finish the mines or did we finish the jail? I think we finished the jail.
Did we just start the mines?
So we start the mines now.
I mean, I can go look at the video if I need to. Is that what we're waiting on?
Possibly.
Okay. I'll go do it.
Let go of the cursor, game.
See, this was extra brutal doing Portal Reloaded because the load points weren't between every puzzle. So sometimes we would get dropped like 2 puzzles behind, and we'd need to like redo them to get to the point where we could start the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shadowheart. You're so angsty. I gotta deprogram you from cult shit.
Navigate the mines and gain entrance to factory.
Yep, that's the start of the mines.
All right, that's where we be.
Yeah.
We in the mines, boys.
The Mines of Moria.
Can you click to show the room code?
Boop.
Verge.
Verge. Virtual reality in New Jersey.
How can you tell them apart?
Virtual reality.
Jersey reality.
That's what Empty lives all the time.
That's where people go when they retire to get embezzled. Why did I have Pedro chat up? Wait.
I did that.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? You wizard?
Quake 2 chat.
Hacker! Butts! Alright. I gotta do a bio break, everybody. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. Take a minute, take a breather. We're ready to go.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna go first then.
Do it. I'll go last because I went first last time. Well,
tech blog. Oh yeah, virtual reality in New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I bought Kvukborg, which is the Quake expansion book to the Morkborg RPG. So actually going through the Quake games now, I can theoretically be a better Kvukborg dungeon master. I still want to play that because I want to play a character class where I just have rocket jumping as a class ability. And it's not just rockets, it's any explosion. You can just launch yourself with any explosion, and assuming you survive, you can fly.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of the mechanics of translating the mechanics of rocket jumping into a board game.
Yeah. As long as you can generate an explosion, you can ride that explosion to wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
Man, there's some fucking rocket jumping in Baldur's Gate 3. Man, I've done some shit where, like, I've had characters get launched and it's like, oh, you just go flying, don't you? All right.
But can you abuse it? Cast like protection from elements and then explode a fireball near you?
Honestly, that's my ranger. I have fire resistance. Oh, so there's a big field of like poisonous mushrooms and explosive mushrooms. So the poison mushrooms trigger first, and they generate the cloud, and then the explosion mushrooms trigger, and it blows up everything. And so my dwarf being resistant to both poison and fire, I just walk in there and I'm just like, doop 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 doop. Everything's just fucking exploding. I'm just like, time to leave. And there's another guy on the other side and he just like dies. And I'm like, doop doop doop. Whoopsie poopsie. It's hilarious.
All right, Ven's back. My turn.
So funny.
Very funny. It's funny to explode things.
Yeah. Very few exceptions to that. You know, boom is usually hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Boom to someone else is usually hilarious. Boom on yourself, not so funny.
I haven't blown myself up.
Yet.
I was gonna say recently. Yeah. Like not thoroughly blown myself up anyway. No. Like I don't mess around with explosives that often.
Yeah, I try not to. I've had the one conflagration, and now I'm a little more careful about the chemicals and open flames. And it's like, it's not likely that these two will come into contact, but I'm gonna create some more distance between them just in case.
I mean, I burned off most of my like eyebrows with gunpowder.
Okay.
Being dumb.
I mean, as one does.
Right. She was like, I did that being smart. No, that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way that story ends with it me going anything other than yeah, no, that was pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah. Fortunately, gunpowder by itself, when it's not wrapped in anything, is pretty fucking harmless, except hair.
Yeah. Well, it's like what the guy who discovered gunpowder was trying to like discover the fucking cure to immortality. he's trying to invent immortality, and he blew himself up.
Hot fat splashing. Scott was like, when will I learn to quit cooking, baking nude? And I'm like, well, probably after the third embarrassing trip to the ER.
See, the trick is to just deaden the skin on your chest so that when the oil splashes on there,
I'm impervious. Yeah.
You're just like, no.
Man, I remember.
I feel nothing.
Did you ever work fast food as a teenager?
No, I specifically avoided that.
I did that for a summer, man. I worked on the deep fryer.
I did have to maintain a coffee shop, but that was not, I didn't have to prepare food. We had like stuff delivered there. So I just had to like put it out and make coffee.
I was impervious to that shit by the end of it. Like I was getting like just straight up splashed because we were kids. You know what goes into a deep fryer? Ice cubes. Like as a joke, as you're trying to get shit done. So it's like, didn't bother you after a while. But holy hell, man. You just smell like grease. Like, that's a rough job.
No, my deal was I was a gas station attendant. So I cleaned bathrooms, I pumped gas, and I dealt with all the customers.
The people who come into the gas station, right?
Yeah. And lots of cleaning. Lots of cleaning.
Yeah.
But I would come home smelling like coffee because, like, you know, people coming through their gas station, they want their coffee, right? They want to. So I probably easily made like over 1,000 pots of coffee.
Did you have like those dope ones with a line-fed hot water, so you just hit them and they started running?
Oh yeah. Just it was pretty easy. Just like what. They had like the pre-packaged pouches of coffee.
You tear it up and dropped it in there and just went. Yep. We had one of those.
Throw a new filter in there. Yep. But yeah, you got to throw out the old coffee grinds, and you end up after like those fill up pretty fast, and like you don't want to fill the trash bag full of them because then it gets too heavy. Yeah, and then the bag fails, so then you're cleaning up another mess.
Yeah.
Honestly though, I think it should be necessary for everyone to work like a service job, just so that you get that perspective. Because there are some folks who've never worked like actual jobs, and like
you need that fucking
empathy. Yeah,
you just do, man. Like that'll knock the jackass out of you real quick, man. Yeah. Even if you're having a bad day, like a motherfucker, like don't take that out on somebody else.
Yeah, that guy's dealing with everyone else's bad day too, right? Like.
Got their own problems.
Yeah, don't be someone else's problem, right?
Right, man. Like I'm
that's a
team
good goal right there.
All right, Jordan.
Yep.
We were comparing teenage jobs. I did the fast food thing for summer. Worked in a wash house for summer. That was rough. Usually just worked in my brother's shop.
Yeah. I did the campsite. I did doorman, reception, bar, driver. It's like when the cleaning and the kitchen ladies were done. Someone had to drive them home because most of them didn't have driver's license. So I was one of the people who drove them home. Night security. I did a lot of nights by myself out in the middle of the woods. Somehow I didn't die. So yeah, I did that until 2012. I think that was the last year I worked there.
Tracy asked me if I wanted to go camping with her. I laughed.
Or is like, oh yeah, I like camping. Say, yeah, I've learned to not like camping.
Camping was something I did as like a teenager, man. Like, and like, as soon as I could just go to the store and buy some booze and not have to worry about stuff. My camping just lost all its appeal. Let's hang out with bonfire and like, nah, I'm good. It's one of those spoiled kids, man. I'd be like, if you got a caravan, a nice caravan, maybe. But even then, like, you already have a perfectly good house. Why do you want to go somewhere?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of possible ways that I could enjoy camping again. It's like, yeah, maybe an RV type of situation.
Glamping.
Like, maybe, like, the last time I was at, like, a bonfire situation, it was a bunch of UGA hippies, because my buddy, he's a professor, music, he teaches them how to play in drum circles too, man. And they didn't know how to stack a damn fire. Pissed me off, man. So I, like, went and, like, here, we got their bonfire going, and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I don't mind camping too much. Like going to a campsite, sleeping in a tent on the ground.
See, I don't think I would enjoy that. We would always like just go out into what woods there were. Like I would like to really go out. Like that might be fun to like get dropped off. My brain's like, yeah, get airdropped. But no.
Yeah, the nice thing about Ontario is that there's just like a lot of campsites. There's just like a lot of woods, and you can and it's like different degrees. So you can have like the ones where you're just like full on roughing it. You just like reserve a square footage of like forest.
And they only have like DSL.
No, they got shit.
Yeah, the one I worked at was one of those. There was a section where you could have power, but everything else was just rough.
Yeah, the intake area where like they had like the cashier and stuff and like the vending machines.
See, yeah. It's very dismal. All national parks should have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to be out like in the middle of the wilderness, not be able to check the latest YouTube videos.
Well, I mean, what are the bears gonna watch, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna get the bears to watch Cocaine Bear and like get funky ideas?
All right, is this thing making noise? Oh, it doesn't make noise until we start, doesn't it? All right. Let's do another Quake level. And Pedro, slow down a little bit. No, I know. Oh, I want you to fight it.
Last time I was specifically calling out everything.
Yes, but then we lose line of sight, and that's kind of the big one.
Line of sight, and also like let's do a little exploration. You know, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, it's fun to experience the game. Maybe gentle nudge. I don't know. We say that in like 5 minutes. Like we're still stuck in the first room, and Pedro's just like, God damn it, you fucking idiots.
It's like, I'm down for the exploration. I like finding the secrets. I like finding the things.
Yeah, but you know where they all are.
I know where they all are because I played the game.
Yeah, no one's questioning your knowledge of the game. I'm just saying, like, remember how fun they were to find? All right, let's try this.
That coming from you specifically.
Listen, I've learned to stop expecting consistency from what Ven wants. It varies from second to second, depending on who's shooting at us.
All right.
But yeah, don't try not to break line of sight.
No, fuck it. Just do what you normally do. Don't worry about it.
Disconnected from lobby.
Click the wrong button.
Oops. All right. Let's try that again. Don't you hate it when sometimes escape is go to the previous thing and then sometimes it's just like, get the fuck out of here. Especially when you're trying to get to like an options menu.
Hey, it remembered.
Hey. All right, continue. Online room code. Room code is Wulm.
Wilm. Connect.
Kaiser Wilhelm.
Wilm.
This is absolutely stolen from the Young Justice cartoon. But can you be whelmed? You can be like overwhelmed and underwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed?
Yes, you are always whelmed.
I'm in a state of whelm. Am I whelming right now?
Yes, you're in a perpetual state of whelming. So,
How do I gauge my whelmitude? Can I be like moderately whelmed? Can I be underwhelmed? All right, I guess that you can be underwhelmed, but can you be like slightly whelmed?
well then, go fuck yourself.
Hey, you guys ready?
Yep.
Were you testing the lives?
That works. I'm trying to get the audio set.
Right. Okay. Now to convince my brain that this isn't Serious Sam 4, because that was the last shooter I played. It's man,
Let's go.
it can get brutal sometimes when games have like their controls are just close enough.
Damn. That ammo. Oh,
I'm
go
going
over
for
here.
the hyper blaster.
Ah!
Oh no! This is spicy. Oh, that is a longer jump than I anticipated. Jibs.
Thing over here? More ammo.
I think that door is closed.
Oh! Ah, get off, get off, get off! Motherfucker threw me into the magma.
If it's above ground, it's not
lava.
magma.
I know. I was making a joke.
Hot burning magma.
Magma.
Where did he go?
Right behind you. Thank you.
Yeah, he just jumped over our heads.
Oh, well,
All right.
you got your revenge, and your revenge. All right.
There we go. Oh, I guess the
God damn it.
respawn kills don't count for the lives, right?
Okay. All right. It's smart enough.
It knows its limitations. Fair enough.
How?
Trespasser? Fuck.
Right
The
around the corner.
trespasser sent me back into the
Wow.
lava.
Thank you, Pedro.
God.
I really appreciate you just cutting me in half with your chain gun.
There was a thing. If you don't blow up that barrel, we can skip most of this level.
Whoa.
By pushing it over here and then using it to jump on there.
Ah!
Are you proud of yourself, Pedro?
I tried to push it.
Why am I...
Okay.
There's a button there that I do. Oh, I
Yes.
made stairs. From the skies,
Give me health.
from the skis.
Ooh, health. Trespasser! No!
Sorry.
God Damn it. Okay, I'll just keep moving. Never mind.
You're behind me.
Okay.
Have we
Are
been
we done?
reconstituted?
Have we all respawned now?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay clear of fucking everything. All right, down the stairs. Oh, there's like water here? Is there stuff under the water?
Back there, yes. Ooh, there's guys behind us.
God.
Oh, a trespasser. Okay.
Oh, what?
Well, that's my last life.
We got one left.
There we go.
Exit.
Oh, you found the next place. Okay.
All right, we made it.
There's armor up ahead.
I guess that gun's out of gun food.
Yeah, the hyper blaster is nice, but it runs out very quick. Don't fall into the grinder, or you know, do you? Ooh. Okay, I don't remember if we need to go
Damn
to
it.
the left first or to the right, but hey, we'll go left. Everyone's already gone left.
He had a railgun. It was effective.
Ooh,
It's super effective.
All right. I didn't fall
Okay.
into the grinder. Can I avoid it? I'm just in like
Yes.
this filter. All right. Let
You
me
should be able
ask
to
you.
avoid it by just keep moving.
All right.
No, you're gonna have to go down.
No, I'm trying to like get the. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I kissed the grinder a little bit. Now I have a weapon that'll assuredly get me killed. The rocket launcher. Nice try.
Okay.
Ah! He did?
There we go. Machine gun. Yeah.
Alright.
They removed the kickback from the machine gun. Someone's bound to be mad about that.
I'm not your papa. Yeah, I'm a ghost.
Oops.
I saw that.
That's called going out with gusto. No
Oh,
lives
hello.
left. Oh, I'm out of lives. Respawn.
Okay.
Oh,
No, they have hyper blasters too. Oh, there's something behind me. Oh. There's someone behind me. Cool. Ooh. Super health. Gimme. Or mega health. Whatever they call it. No!
fuck. All right. Where
Well,
am I
that's
going?
gonna put me back to close to the start of the level.
Just kill yourself and respawn.
You're down
Oh, I do
there.
have 2 lives. Okay. I didn't die. All right. toxic conditions present. Yes. Oh, this is the end of the level. Never mind. Let me bring the elevator down, and I'll meet up with you, Jordan. Oh, there you are. Hello. Yeah, we still need to disable the toxicity
of our city.
Yes.
All right, where are we going to do that?
Gotta go back.
All right.
Ask you. Yes. Health, thank you.
Yep.
Alright, so... Down that hole, I believe.
Down the hole?
No, not that hole.
Jump.
Okay.
You can do it.
You can... You could go back up the elevator where we came.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Listen, when you say hole, I would appreciate.
Do not jump into the first hole you find.
Again, when you say the hole, what does the fucking hole mean?
What, now you need
The
consistency in your holes? Come on.
I don't need consistency.
Need to dodge the fucking railgun.
I didn't dodge Pedro's shotgun when he shot me in the back of the head.
I mean, you're the one who kept running in front of me despite me trying actively to avoid shooting you.
I mean, way to communicate that, man.
Oh, there's enemies. Here's my communication. Don't get in front of me.
Oh, Pedro with his rules.
Have you respawned yet?
No lives left.
Oh,
it's all you, baby. Well, you know, maybe you shouldn't have shot me so much in the back of the head. How about that, huh? looks like sometimes we make our own problems.
The AI is a little too clever for its own good. Okay. Still got hit, but you know, whatever.
Womp womp.
I got stuck in the terrain. Wait, is this the start of the... It is the start of the level. Okay.
Yeah, this is old school game though. That shit's empty now.
Yeah.
Which
Let's see.
I want games to come back to this, or at least have the option, because it gives you time to fucking regroup and think while you're working your way back.
Well, that's one thing that BG3 does that I like is like enemies that are dead stay dead, unless they're like zombies that resurrect all the time.
Trespasser.
But yeah, like gives you, and at the very least, if you get lost, you can follow the trail of bodies to like where there are no bodies.
Like, I get why they do it. Like, you know, it's just like something in Metroidvania is like, nope. You leave the screen as soon as you come back, everybody's back again. I'm like, come on.
I guess it like it reinforces a lot of like the mobility options. Like it makes them a lot more powerful because you get to bypass all of that.
Rocket launcher. Thank you.
Super fucking runaway.
Oh, where did you come from?
Oh, you didn't know he was there?
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I still have one more life. Okay.
You were doing a good job running away from him.
Wait, did the level just respawned? Yeah, okay. Everyone died, so I didn't have more lives left. Right?
Now I have 0
and now
lives.
I'm out of lives.
I got 1 life left. I'm just gonna stand here and not do anything. How about that?
Here, I'm gonna go get this safety weapon, so we don't have to worry about anybody getting blown up. Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
Ain't gonna be no tanking your way through this, boys.
Alright.
Where's my super shotty? There it is. That has a good hit to not kill teammates ratio.
Yeah, you gotta be up close and personal though. Not in your way, Pedro. Don't shoot me.
Yes. That's why I wasn't shooting. Okay.
All right, back to square one. Fell down the hole.
Okay, that's a lot of grenades. Can you stop? Okay.
All right. Where do you want to go, Pedro? Tell me. Talk to me, baby.
The big red door.
Right.
There's progress.
All right. So you're gonna open the door.
Yes.
You got sky dudes.
And the ground dudes. And more sky dudes.
Yeah.
And another ground dude. Okay. There we go.
All right.
Like so. Very good. There should be health. There's a mega health over there.
Yeah.
Which I kinda need.
Go for it.
Let me get that small health first, and then I'll get the mega health. If you want to meet me downstairs, because I'm gonna have to fall down the hole. Yeah.
Am I allowed to fit through here, please? Please and thank you. There we go.
Okay, very good.
All right, get the health.
Yep.
Yeah.
And into the elevator, so we can
the
go
elevator.
around the well, the place where we died last time.
All right, sure.
Health.
Yeah. Health is wealth. That's what they say. Get out of your way. Out of your way.
Yes. Oh, grenades.
No, grenades. All right.
There we go. No more sky dudes. That's good. Ooh.
No man's sky dudes.
Very good.
All right.
Oh yes. There's if you have rockets, now's the time to use them.
Which one is rocket launcher?
Very good. And there's grenades coming.
Oh, nope. Clear out.
Okay. It's on you, Jordan.
It's all on me, baby. Come on. Come and get me. Come and get me, you little fucker. Oh, are you all dead?
There was one.
There was one. Okay.
Bueno.
That's the railgun.
Come on. Get some. Nope. That was too close. It's too close, man. Too close. All right. Leave this level to respawn. Who's that? Who's that sexy guy?
I don't know. It does not say his name.
Is it the bot?
There is no bot. Who's playing with us? Is that Euro hit?
I don't know, man. Try to read some fucking tea leaves. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, bro.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Fucking stealth joined in. Got it.
We haven't unlocked the exit yet, I don't think.
Well, he's got 8 lives to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like I said, we haven't unlocked
So
it
he
yet.
dives into the toxic waste. You know, when I want to fuck up my life, that's
Hey,
where I
man.
go to.
He had to make sure. He had to make sure. You know, I think if all elevators were like that, it would really help out with population control.
Okay, now you're gonna have to ride that elevator again.
Just for funsies.
What?
He likes it.
If you jump, you just fall. It's like, ah!
Yeah, you can just slice you in half. Like they sharpen the edges daily.
Yeah. Fucking go down at hyperspeed to mush anyone who's directly below him.
Yeah, there's a little side cavern. That one.
The hole. That is the hole, as I learned.
Yes.
Capital T
I figured.
H-E hole.
I figured since you had problems.
You're seeing that too, right? That fucking Shambler or whatever just straight up mooning Rowan.
He was on his phone, you monsters.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a fourth player.
That was fucking hilarious. He's just like, "Bleh, look at my butt. The funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, buddy.
Did you just say sure you can?
Yep.
Well, you know, he can tank it.
Yeah, he's got enough lives to
Lift that repeat.
hardball it.
Push on through.
Come on, Rohit, you can do it.
You know, maybe they could put like 1 or 2 monsters just to fuck with them a little bit.
I mean, there's still the room full of them that he
Listen,
didn't
there
kill
needs
last
to be
time.
there needs to be a room with 5 dudes, just like every time.
There's those 2, and I think there's then flying dudes.
So that's 3 dudes. That's 4 dudes.
4
One
dudes.
more.
Yeah.
No, there's
Hey,
fifth.
there he goes. There's
5
the
dudes.
fifth.
5 dudes.
That's the room with the 5 dudes.
It's a dude with the 5 rooms.
Oh, there's the 6th dude. A secret 6th dude in the room.
Oh no, on the last shove run.
He's in the closet watching in a Superman outfit.
There you've
Okay.
been able
you
to
have
green goo.
sucked the thing. Now there's the flying dudes.
There's the five dudes.
The 5 dudes.
They're all named Brundle.
They're all named Jeff Goldblum.
His name was Robert Paulson.
The guy who
Shoot him
voiced
in the
Pinky
back. Goddamn, Rohit. What?
or Yakko. Well, he was Pinky and Yakko. Rob Paulson, yeah.
Who the fuck was posting the Ren and Stimpy thing?
I
Oh yeah,
posted the Kylo
Kylo
Ren.
Kylo Ren
Yeah.
implies the existence of Kylo Stimpy.
Yes.
I thought Stimpy was the cat, the fat one,
Yes.
because he's like
Ren,
Stimpy.
Ren is the
idiot.
Chihuahua. We are out of ammo over here.
That's why you need pills.
Pills here.
Oh, you guys went in a completely different direction. I wasn't aware there was more than one.
That's the start of the. Oh no, that way. Yeah, that's. I don't think that's active yet. Nope.
Mine machinery. Whose machines are there? They're mine machines.
Mine machines. All right, let's change to not the rocket launcher, so we don't kill people on the stack. Cool.
No lives left. All right. How do you kill that which has no life?
Run in front of it while it's firing?
Yes.
Trespasser.
Day tripper.
Day stripper.
I mean, rockets for those guys are excessive, but all the more entertaining.
It's grenades. It's fine. I want the armor. Oh, hello. That wasn't my. Very good. Right. Okay. Not what I wanted to do. Mind a grenade. Right. Yeah. No lives left. So I guess it does remove the lives.
Yeah, you get one per level if you don't. Well,
-6. Goddamn.
yeah. There is a thing in Serious Sam 4 where like the game will recognize you're in a fuck box after you die instantly after it respawns you about 2 or 3 times, and it's like, okay, we're gonna put you a little further back. How about that?
What are you waiting on him to turn around for?
He wants to see his butt.
I guess.
Trespasser.
Yeah, there's an agreement.
Too, the
you know,
Shambling.
just didn't like fuck this planet.
The aliens can have it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So the ultimate question is it Strogos or Strogos?
Stroganovs.
Strogos.
Strogola.
Strogios.
I don't
That was a good loop.
to walk around in circles.
Walk around in circles. I don't want to walk around in circles.
Who's on that? Soul coughing?
I honestly don't. I don't think I've ever heard the full song, to be honest. I've only heard the walk around in circles part.
Ah.
Hit them buttons on the wall.
I would have got more of that first aid. You better run!
Run, bitch!
You're surrounded
Get
by
help!
grenadiers.
Man, I got PTSD with that fucking grenade on floor sound, dude. I wanted to get out of this chair.
Is that just like straight up how we torture you? Is we just like put you in a room
like that
and
means
blast that noise?
fuck. Because you got those like 2 seconds before shit's about to get real. Hit the button.
Yeah, and you lose track of where the sound initially came from, and you're like, ah.
Hey.
Ah! Move it out of the way. No invading. Oh, no. Didn't matter.
I'm gonna move. Okay, no one else is respawning. Very good. Okay, Rohit's gonna respawn now, and then I'm dead.
Oh, is everyone dead now? Okay.
Yes.
Everyone
I
except
too
Rohit?
still have 0 lives, and as soon as Rohit died,
Well, it's fun to watch Rohit's playthrough of Quake 2. This is the...
Oh.
I mean, that'll just go back to the start of the level, and we all have 0 lives anyway, so... Well, except for you.
Well, he'll have 0 lives.
Mm-hmm.
Chompy doors. This is an OSHA violation waiting to happen.
Nope. All doors should be choppy doors too, if we're doing the cutty elevators. I want like 1 in 6 chance it'll just slice your ass. Aruga!
Awooga.
Tanky son of a bitch.
3 grenades for those.
All right. Yeah, that was the one thing I realized is I have no idea how much damage it takes to kill anything in this game.
No.
2 grenades for the machine gunners with the grenade launchers.
Computer updated.
Smack. Man, and like, you know, I would be so mad every time I had to walk through one of those doors. It just smacks you in the face. You're just like, fuck.
I already heard the gibbing.
Ah! Super fucking runaway.
You guys get to come back. I don't.
No?
No. Wait.
What?
It's a quick level transition.
Now I'm
it's
back.
Not.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
Oh, it was me. The grenade pushed me back to the previous level. Oops.
Oh, okay.
Back that way. Never mind, I exploded.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry about those, dude.
Well, I'm gonna sit back again.
All right, Rohit, it's you and me. After you. You go first. You're the meat shield. I'm just gonna let you play the... Make sure they're double dead.
Combat armor. Oh, it's Half-Life.
Gordon Freeman, no!
You gotta start the resonance cascade.
It's a Resonance Cascade failure!
Throw a lobster into it or some shit.
That was quick.
It's perfectly legal if you say for science.
Oh, this one's, you gotta write the... You could go in the cart in this one.
Okay, where's Jordan? Ah, why? Okay, that's Pedro. That's safe. That's Rohit. That's safe.
So we hit the button.
It's Jordan.
Yeah, you hit the button and then the things start going.
Do we just hop on it?
Yep.
No push off. No push off.
No push.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on my own. I'm gonna not kill you guys, or try not to
Yeah.
at least.
Oh shit.
Oh no, there's a trap.
You found the folly floor.
Damn it! I found a grenade.
Oh no. Oh well. There's a dude down there.
That was
Shot me in
nice.
the face.
Minus 27.
Yeah. I took a rocket right to the face. I came up above the water, and he's like, "Hi there, blam."
I like that they give these adorable little floaty things murder weapons.
It's like the exploding barrels are shooting back. No.
Oh yeah, no, there you go. It's the level where all the exploding barrels have guns.
Quad damage. I mean, we have to go down there anyway, so.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Let's do another resonance cascade.
So lifelike.
Very good. So, you dropped into the water and then should have come out of here, right, Jordan?
yes.
Oh, this is when the thing starts coming our way, isn't it? We'll pick up the rocket launcher and then... Run away! No? Oh, yes. Run away. Shit.
Pedro, you got a high score with your minus 89.
Oh.
I want to see a minus 100.
I think minus 99 is the max.
I want you to die so hard you glitch the game.
You know, you ever take a poop that sometimes makes you feel like you're making the Quake grenade noises?
You need less fiber.
That's a little too hard.
So we're back to watching the ReShade show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get that when I eat really cheap sushi.
Yeah. He has 0 lives too, so it'll be over.
One hitter quitter.
See, this is what happens. This is the type of shit that happens when you don't have Romero around to make your levels. And Romero shaved off his goatee. It's horrifying.
Is he like completely clean shaven now?
He
or
is.
does
He was doing his Twitch stream. I'm like, who the fuck's on Romero's stream? Oh my lord, that's
It's like when dad shaves and you're like,
Yeah.
ah, stranger danger.
30 years. I've never seen him without facial hair. And I'm like, that looked not right. Don't throw that back, please. I'm the one who gets telefragged.
Yeah, I'm
I think you and Rohit got telefragged. It's just me and Jordan.
Well, this would be short.
Ooh. Let's see. Rocket launcher? Rocket launcher. Woo!
Grenades.
I'm gonna do grenades, yeah.
Yeah. Bake those grenades. Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
Okay, alright. I got 1 kill. 2 hits?
This is the way, man.
I think it's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, there's one more.
Oh,
Oh, there's another one. I can circle strafe this one, hopefully.
Yeah, pelt him while he's chasing you. I shoot him with grenades in the back. All right, teamwork.
Exit.
Makes the dream work.
Very good.
All right, exit.
exit hole.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's the
exit.
exit hole.
All right. Don't get squished.
Hey, it's the end of the episode.
We did it. It wasn't all Rohit. It was some of us too at the very end.
Okay, so episode 5 next time.
What do we have to look forward to? Hang on. I'll see what this guy's up to. Hey, guys.
All right, yeah. There's a stealth option in this game. And then I got telefragged.
Oh, crap. All right.
And I got. Oh my god! It doesn't stop. Please.
They need to add a better mechanic to that since it's already broken as it is. We need to get bonus lives if we telefrag.
Or like, for every telefrag, the survivors get like more health.
Disconnected from life.
disconnected from reality.
Whoa, okay. What if friendly fire gave you 1 HP every time you got hit?
It only brings you down to 1 HP.
No.
Doesn't actually kill you.
No, it's a health gun.
That seems hyper exploitable, right? Like
It does. But I mean, that stops you from shooting the enemy.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, like, this is like Team Fortress 2, right? You got the heal guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the heal guy. That's what he does. Some people like playing that character, man, and like they're like bassists and drummers, man.
My roommate was a healer, and it's like the mentality you need to get into, or he was a healer in his WoW guild, and he's like, the mentality you got to get into is like, you get to attack your teammates, and you're killing them with life.
Mm-hmm.
You just get to take out all your frustration out on them. Just pretend you're killing them.
Nori always plays the healer.
Prolong the suffering.
Yeah. I'm fine playing the healer. Honestly, I don't get what people are like, oh, playing healer sucks. I'm ambivalent to it. I like big tanky damage guys. That's my preferred choice, but I'm good with whatever.
I like the glass cannon.
I don't mind playing a fucking tank if you got a fucking healer doing the damn job.
Well, this is just our preamble before we start trying 5.
Oh man, maybe they've added motion controls now, so you gotta like swing your fucking PS controls
So
around.
here's the thing. I thought that in Trine 3 they were gonna like introduce like the Dark Trine, and maybe you get like 3 different characters with like a similar connection, right? Like sort of like mix it up, right? Where like each of the 3 characters can do something a little different, but like it's still that core sort of like manipulator, swinger, fighter thing or whatever, right? Like I don't fucking know.
No, dude. What they need is the co-op Trine where we all get like smashed together and we have to control one character.
Yeah.
It's
Shadwin, but it's co-op at the same time.
Yeah, like somebody gets the legs, one person gets one arm, the other one gets like aim.
Someone gets the rope.
Oh man. All right, everyone. It's already 1 o'clock. Past 1 o'clock. Oh, thanks again, Scott. If you're listening, I'm going to... You know what? I'm just going to leave the fucking Jesse server alone until the homeboy comes back with like, and this fixes it.
let it marinate.
Huh.
That was perfectly timed.
Well, okay, see, I immediately always go to... Aw.
We hit the max time.
Max time?
Did we? Because I'm still here.
I
Yeah.
got kicked out. I straight up, it's just like, no, you got removed.
No, you're still there.
Yeah.
There's 3 people in your thing.
Then I don't know. I'm back. I live. Yeah. I don't know. It's like,
Oh, man.
I'm glad I did it now in the middle of the fucking episode.
Yeah, there's no telling, dude. Yeah, I'm just going to let him see what it is. I get it fixed. I'm done experimenting.
Next token. Start tapping because it's just about wrapping up.
But Linux question. Do you like leave forum posts like that? Like on Reddit? Like, I have a question.
Why didn't you ask it? It's in writing. Just get on with it.
Yeah, just ask the question. Yeah. Can I post in this public forum? No.
Seems a little,
I've never understood that. Like, this is going to be a long conversation, isn't it? I would like to begin my thesis with paragraph of text. Also, don't do paragraphs of text.
I'm going to answer your question by first repeating the question that you've asked me and then proceeding to give my answer.
I'm
in the
going to
most
highlight it
roundabout
and right
way
click and I'm
possible.
going to search Google. All I'll see it on the first page and be like, nope.
Yeah, that's a Google question. That's a solid Google question.
Yeah. Image your drive in a VHD or try to pass it directly to the VM and boot it. Yeah. That's that.
Yeah, if you still have the drive, just create an image of it, and then I don't remember. Can you turn it into a kcal?
I mean, like once you have it in an IM format, there's like any number of things that'll like transform it into like a QCOW or whatever, or a VMDK or whatever your preferred format is. But you can also just raw. Honestly, like raw also works via like QEMU, right? Like if the file is just like a formatted disk, then like yeah.
And then,
but again, you can also just boot the VM off the disk itself, right? Like you don't.
Yeah, you could just have an actual physical disk instead of the virtual one. Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of options. Pick one, try it, see if it works. If it doesn't,
Virt Manager if you want to use QEMU. The other two have GUIs.
Well, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, if you're already at the point of like virtual, you've already broken enough shit to know you shouldn't have any fear here.
Well, yeah, if you're really worried about breaking shit, then yeah, do an image of the drive. Otherwise, yeah, just try to.
Yes.
but I mean, like realistically, what would break? Maybe Windows would update and like freak out because like I don't know what hardware this is anymore. Blah.
Has Windows still got problems with that?
Yes.
Windows doesn't.
If you change motherboards and CPU, it asks you to reactivate it.
Yeah. Because it does the activation on the UEFI now, so you can like so if you have like the same motherboard or whatever, you can reinstall Windows and not have to like reactivate it.
Why are we still licensing operating systems, Microsoft? It's 2023.
That's what I ask every time Nori does something that requires a
like I
more
get it for
in-depth look.
Professional like team, the business shit, but for like home edition, like come on.
Well, it's because they shut off features that are only available if you pay the extra money. So you got to like make sure that they are using their artificially gated software. That's honestly why there's like a bunch of features that are just like, no, Windows has it. You like the files are on there. You don't have the right license key, so they don't get turned on.
It's like buying the game with the DLC built in.
Yeah, exactly. On disk DLC, or like the NVIDIA drivers or the NVIDIA chips that are just like, oh yeah, we have all the hardware on there.
Speaking of NVIDIA drivers, that's the only thing that, besides deactivation issues, if you're changing video cards to a different brand, you need to boot back into safe mode, run a third-party tool which is called Device Driver Uninstaller, uninstall the drivers from safe mode, and reboot to install the new drivers.
Okay, yeah, this is like a real question. Like, can you just boot to a fucking console on Windows that anyway? Is there any way to do that?
Yes. I don't know if you get just the raw console, you get into the Windows recovery mode, because it creates a little recovery partition with it's not Windows CE, but it's almost.
there is an Explorer process that runs, and then like a command prompt pops up. But like effectively, yes, it is. There is no equivalent of like Control Alt F2 or whatever.
Yeah, you don't go straight into the command line. You go into a graphical session, and then you get a terminal window.
Yeah, you get like the hyper basic like graphical session.
Yep.
And then,
All right, that's more than I thought they would have. With and without networking. Yeah, I mean that's like booting recovery for like a Debian system. Like, do you want a lifeline, or you get that shit on a thumb drive?
Yeah, that is kind of the nice thing about Linux. It's just like, oh, but I can just like boot off of another root device, and do my repairs.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like, I'm just gonna pull this disk out, give me a minute,
install and fix it.
Speaking of disks, I bought the hard drives. I gotta fucking install them now.
How many what'd you get?
I got 4 8 terabyte C8 Iron Wolves.
Going for the helium.
Yeah, well, they were on sale. Otherwise it was gonna be like $1,300 instead of like $1,100. And I also bought an SSD just because it was like, oh yeah, and another $50 gets me a 1 terabyte SSD. Right, like that is the fucking pisser right there. It's just like, oh yeah, and the faster drive.
It's a drive that will, barring something weird, I'll fucking live those by a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, way cheaper. I bought a Kingston one too, just because again it was cheap on sale.
NVMe drives are just so silly cheap.
Yeah, they're cheaper than the SATA drives, I guess, because they have less plastic. So
Yeah.
Less to make.
They finally got to the point where they can use the same SMDs on both. It's just the controller and the interface that's different. So they could probably justify making them cheaper.
Cool. All right, everybody. We're just gonna wrap it up. I will stitch everything together tomorrow, and we will have a show.
A very long show. It was much.
How long is this gonna be?
Well, we had just almost an hour talking to Scott, right?
1 hour 42 minutes. Maybe we'll make it DLC.
No, you got to pay per listen, right?
All right.
Every time you listen to the podcasts,
I already incur the cost every time somebody listens to stuff. All right, everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Sunday is there. Monday's kick its ass.
Monday's just around the corner. Oh god.
Monday's just only a day away, which no one ever says, but you know.
Looks like someone has the cases of Monday.
Oh, dude, everybody's got a fucking deal with Mondays. Sundays is like a weird fucking day. As you get older, it means different shit. You know, when you in your 20s, it's like recovery day. I'm like, fuck, all right, I can see if we can check this fucking weekend off. When you get a little bit older, Sundays just strategize and plan for fucking Monday.
Sunday is try to get all this shit done that you were supposed to do on Saturday, but you fucked off.
What's a Sunday? I haven't seen Sundays in like 10 years. Well, at least the first half of a Sunday, anyway.
Yeah, you know, it's like 2 or 3 weeks a year.
Yes. Or when I have the appointment that I actually have to get up in the morning.
Oh yeah, speaking of, I got two dates I gotta get someone to cover me for. One in October and one in December.
Any particular dates?
I will get back to you with the specific ones in December. I think the one in October is going to be the week, the 21st.
All right, so third week?
Yeah, third week, I think.
All right. Not a problem.
The one in December. I actually have to fly out near you, but
what the fuck are you gonna do?
I have to do a family thing in Florida. Florida.
That sounds fun.
I look forward to becoming
Florida family.
Yeah, I look forward to becoming bitten by a Florida man and thus becoming Florida man. Because they're like werewolves.
There's extra quarantine when you come back from Florida from Canada.
Yeah.
I was bitten by a Florida man. Oh no.
All right. Cool, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I thought Florida man was a giant mosquito. He's got a giant proboscis at the end of his face that he uses to suck blood.